What's up guys, this is your favorite fanfic YouTuber, the Fanfic Majesty, and welcome to another amazing video. You can follow me on Patreon for exclusive stories. Pokémon comparable to God 1 Centigram Chapter 1. Inventory of the Way of Heaven. Advertisement Pokémon Calendar Year XX, Month X, Morning. Under the scorching sun, a young man wearing a red and white hat, a blue jacket, and light jeans stood in front of a huge stadium. Beside him stood a man and a woman. The woman is young and beautiful, with an immature look. The man's face was dark and he looked resolute. Finally, we've come this far. Yeah, badge who relies on charity from others. You. Don't talk nonsense, okay. I got a lot of badges here with real materials. Ah, yes. The boy in the red and white hat started to quarrel with the Stephanie beside him. The dark-skinned young man on the side stopped the two of them from quarreling. Okay, Misty, please stop attacking Xiaozhi. The Indigo Plateau Conference will start tomorrow. Give him more confidence. I don't mean to hit him, I just want him not to be complacent. I'm not complacent, haha, the girl named Misty responded with an expression, and Xiaozhi didn't have the confidence to refute. No matter what, he stands out among the many people in the Kanto region who challenge the gym. Although he is often ridiculed that all his badges are based on charity. But the next few difficult badges were obtained by his actual strength. It is normal for a 10-year-old boy to be a little arrogant and complacent. Let's go in and take a look, Xiaoging, Misty. With that said, Xiaozhi took the lead and rushed towards the huge stadium. Misty and Xiaoging looked at each other, a little helpless at Xiaozhi's reckless behavior. But he went with him anyway. Advertisement at this moment, a huge screen suddenly appeared at the entrance of the stadium. To be precise, it was in front of Xiaozhi. Seeing this, Xiaozhi immediately braked with both feet and barely managed to stop his brutal collision. What is this? After the huge screen appeared in front of Xiaozhi, it slowly began to rise into the air. Finally, it stopped at a place that was neither high nor low. Meanwhile, around the world, Hoenn region, Sinnoh region, Chengdu region, such a huge screen appears in almost all regions in the world. And not in one place, but in all places with people. Some people are in a bathhouse, toilet, or hot spring, and suddenly a screen appears in front of them. They almost fainted to the ground with fright. Galar region. Many famous champion trainers in the world and many spectators are at Gongmen Stadium. Just inside this stadium, the 8 strongest trainers in the world named 8 Masters have just been selected. This is world certified, based on Pokémon battles around the world. Selected based on the latest customized trainer ranking system. Now, the 8 Masters have just been decided. As for who is the strongest, the battle has not officially started yet. However, just the decision on the quota of the 8 Masters was already a major event that shocked the world. So besides the 8th Master himself being here, many Elite Four from other regions and even famous scholars like Professor Oak have come here. Watch the official quota for the 8 Masters be determined. Because the Indigo Plateau Conference will start tomorrow. Advertisement therefore, Professor Oak, Kanto's Elite Four and others all have to fly back today. So they don't have time to chat here. After confirming the quota of the 8 Masters, everyone prepared to say goodbye to everyone in Galar. Suddenly, a huge screen appeared on the Palace Gate Stadium. This moment made many champions alert. The audience who were about to leave and those who wanted to go up to ask for autographs also stopped in their tracks. Look at the center of the stadium where the Palace Gate suddenly moved. Yulongdu looked at the green screen solemnly, wondering if this was Team Rocket's latest technology. Dragonite had appeared beside him at some point. As a prosecutor by profession, he was naturally wary of this situation. Everyone, be careful, stay away from that screen. Bad, Dragonite, Dragon Pulse. Du Zheng was about to let many champions leave the screen, but the screen suddenly started to move. Watari, who was already full of vigilance, directly asked Dragonite to use Dragon Pulse. Vast purple waves emit from Dragonite's mouth. If the championship-level Dragon Pulse is hit directly, even a city made of Orberg will be punched with a hole. However, the purple wave attack only caused a ripple on the screen. No damage to that screen at all. The expression on the transfer became more solemn. What is the latest technology? Unexpectedly, even the champion-level Dragonite's own skills are unable to cause damage. Could it be made based on the power of a mythical beast? Yulongdu's attack failed, and the other champions also showed solemn expressions. They all released their trump card Pokémon, however, before they could make any move, an ethereal voice sounded in the sky. The Tiandao inventory has officially begun and will be broadcast live all over the world. There will be a quiz and a question in the middle. Those who guess correctly and answer the questions correctly can get rewards. If the guess fails, points will be deducted. If the answer fails, there will be corresponding punishment. Heaven's Way. Take stock. What is this? Chapter 2. Barrage List, Inventory begins. Advertisement. The ethereal sound is not only heard in the stadium. This sound is heard everywhere in the world where giant screens appear. Gym. Battle Frontier. Alliance Conference Office. At this moment, a small screen appeared in front of everyone in the world. The word, barrage, was written on the top of the screen. There was a white screen in the middle, and a text input box below. There was even a virtual keyboard in front of them. Is this a chat? Yulongdu. What is this? Close black lens bracket. Bruno. I also want to ask, what is this? Close black lens bracket. Lorelei. Bruno, you can actually type? Close black lens bracket. Bruno. What? Underestimate me. I really can't type, but there is language input here. Close black lens bracket. Diantha. Is it just us? I received news that this screen appeared all over the world. Close black lens bracket. Day. I am in the Sinnoh region now, and there are some passers-by around me. Close black lens bracket. Day. I took a look and it seems like this thing called barrage can't be posted by just anyone. Close black lens bracket. Day. Only the selected trainer can send text here. Close black lens bracket. Day happened to be on Route 35 in Sinnoh region due to some matters. There are still many passers-by trainers here. As one of the Elite Four, Day was naturally recognized by many people and asked for his autograph. Before he could finish dealing with the fans, the so-called heavenly inventory came. After that, this so-called barrage list appeared in front of everyone around them. This looks just like an ordinary chat group, however, not everyone can speak here. At least the passers-by around him, trainer, could only watch. There is absolutely no way to speak on it. Now the only people who can speak on this are elite champions. People like Fangyuan Elite Four, Sinnoh Elite Four and others started to speak on it one after another. Advertisement. I haven't seen anyone other than the Elite Four and the champion yet. So, what exactly is this Tiandao inventory trying to do? Is this so that all elite trainers can be contacted at any time? Isn't it? And tell Xiaozhi. Wow. Are you really all elites and champions? I couldn't believe it when Misty told me. Close black lens bracket. Boom. Idiot. Don't say that. You have no manners at all. Misty hit Xiaozhi's head hard. The force was really strong. However, Xiaozhi was fine except for being staggered and feeling a little pain. I know. Don't hit me so hard, Professor Oak. Xiaozhi, can you also speak? Close black lens bracket. Gary. It's really Xiaozhi, the idiot. Why can you speak too? Close black lens bracket. Xiaozhi's words directly shocked many dive people. The people who can speak are naturally not only the elite champion trainer, but also the gym leaders of various regions. Professor, even the famous and powerful trainer, etc. It's just that everyone saw that only the elite champion was talking up there, so they didn't bother. Many people are waiting for the elite champions to discuss the reason. As a result, there was a stupid young man who directly intervened in the conversation and immediately heated up the atmosphere. Tequila Gym. Giovanni looked at the huge screen in the distance and the small screen in front of him, his eyes slightly narrowed. Judging from the so-called barrage list, this should not be something created by Alliance. Those elite champions were all kept in the dark, so who can possess such terrifying technology? It's amazing that such high-tech things can be distributed all over the world. According to his eyeliner report, wherever there are people, there is a huge screen. The Way of Heaven. What is it again? A new type of mythical beast? Advertisement, Alder. So, after discussing it for so long, have you figured out what this is? Close black lens bracket. Bruno. Haven't you always been here? Can't you see that the discussion didn't come out? Close black lens bracket. Stephen. Has Bruno always spoken so harshly? Close black lens bracket. Agatha. Don't mind, he just speaks frankly, not in a hurry. Close black lens bracket. While everyone was chatting, the voice of the heavenly spirit finally sounded again. The first round of Heaven's inventory has officially begun. Take stock of those Pokémon that use their mortal bodies to fight against the gods. This sound made many people around the world explode. What do gods mean in this world? Of course it is a mythical beast. And this inventory of the Way of Heaven actually talks about using a mortal body to fight against gods. Isn't it just a battle between ordinary Pokémon and mythical beasts? Instantly, people thought of the Pokémon of the elite champions. If there is anyone in the world who can fight against the gods with their mortal bodies, then it must be the elite champions. After all, they represent the world's mightiest trainers. On the barrage list. Cynthia, have any of you fought against mythical beasts recently? Close black lens bracket. Yulongdu. At least not in Kanto and Chengdu. If mythical beasts appeared in these two places, I would definitely know about it. Close black lens bracket. Yulongdu is one of the Kanto Elite Four and the Chengdu champion. It can be said that he holds a high position in these two regions. If there is news about the mythical beast, he will definitely receive it. Stephen. There is no such thing here in Fangyuan. Champions from various regions have successfully denied the news of the appearance of mythical beasts in their respective regions. After all, the mythical beast is a legendary Pokémon. How could it appear in the public eye so easily? If there really was a scene where the mortal body was fighting against the gods, it would probably be time to tell the truth. If not, then what should Tiandao order from the chassis? Soon, the picture finally appeared on the huge screen. The background of the picture seems to be in a laboratory. The characters include a boy in pajamas, an old man with gray hair, and a yellow electric mouse. Chapter 3. Xiaozhi and Pikachu in Pallet Town, advertisement. The picture on the screen left everyone scratching their heads. Doesn't it mean using a mortal body to fight against gods? What does the picture that appears now mean? Yu Longdu. Professor Oak. Isn't that right? Close black lens bracket, Professor Oak. Well, I'm right. This is the scene where I handed out newbie Pokémon many months ago. Close black lens bracket. Professor Oak. There were no cameras around at the time. This inventory of heaven and earth is a bit interesting, close black lens bracket. Professor Oak was watching the familiar scene at the Palace Gate Stadium. With a little nostalgia in his eyes, it turns out that nearly half a year has passed since it was originally distributed to Xiaozhi Pikachu. In the screen, the young man looked at the electric mouse standing on the table with a happy face. So cute, isn't this the best? As he spoke, Professor Oak hugged the plump electric mouse and silently took 2 steps back. Then, saffron-colored spark burst out from the electric mouse's body, electrifying the boy's hair into a hedgehog. Then, a synopsis of the story appeared on the screen. The boy's name is Xiaozhi, because today is the day he becomes a trainer. Due to excessive excitement, he didn't fall asleep until midnight. Because of this, he missed all the Usanjia. In the end, only Pikachu, who had a somewhat flawed character, was left to him. This Pikachu doesn't like entering the Pokeball and is very hostile to strangers. This is not a Pokemon suitable for rookie. Cynthia. Professor Oak, why did you give that boy named Xiaozhi such a Pokemon? Close black lens bracket. Professor Oak. Ahem, I really didn't have many Pokemon on hand at that time, and the little guy didn't want to wait, so I had to give him the only Pikachu that barely fit rookie. Close black lens bracket. Alder. Ha ha ha, Shitaro still loves Pokemon very much, although I think Pikachu will cause him a lot of trouble. In the end, Pikachu will definitely become his best partner. Close black lens bracket. Xiaozhi. Yes, as Uncle Alder said, Pikachu is now my best friend. Close black lens bracket. After Xiaozhi finished posting the barrage, Pikachu scratched his head in embarrassment. Advertisement. The above scene reminded him of his initial attitude towards Xiaozhi, which was indeed a bit rude. The screen continues. After a series of riots, Xiaozhi finally took Pikachu on the road. Because Pikachu refused to be touched by him, so Professor Oak also prepared rubber gloves for Xiaozhi. And tied a rope around Pikachu to make it easier for Xiaozhi to pull with Pikachu. After getting on the road, Xiaozhi showed his kindness to Pikachu and took off the rope. Unexpectedly, Pikachu still didn't appreciate it and ran directly to the side, completely refusing to obey Xiaozhi's command. Helpless, Xiaozhi had no choice but to conquer Pokemon by himself. After all the scrambling, he couldn't catch any Pokemon. He even threw a stone at Spearow, leading to the vindictive Spearow casting his sights. And coincidentally, Pikachu was smiling happily on the sidelines, and Spearow mistakenly thought that it was Pikachu who threw the stone. So he launched a fierce charge at Pikachu. However, even if Pikachu is a newbie Pokemon, Spearow is just a bad ordinary Pokemon. Electricity can't defeat flying, so how can he be Pikachu's rival? Spearow was shocked and ran away in despair. Denji. This Pikachu's fighting qualities are pretty good. Close black lens bracket. Sinnoh Gym Master Denji is the strongest gym trainer in the Sinnoh region. It is rumored that he has unmatched combat power with the Elite Four, and is also a proficient in the electric system. To be praised as, not bad, by him, this Pikachu is already blessed. Yulongdu. I still don't understand, what is the purpose of the scene shown now? Any introduction? Close black lens bracket. Cynthia. It's possible, but it took a little longer. Close black lens bracket. Dandy. Don't say that, it's quite nostalgic to see a rookie trainer on the road, not to mention this rookie trainer is quite interesting. Close black lens bracket. Indeed, when rookie trainer went on the road, there were indeed many misfortunes. But if Xiaozhi was in such a state of embarrassment before even walking far from the gate of Pallet Town, that's really not much. Advertisement. While many people laughed at Xiaozhi, they also remembered their own embarrassing incident. The video continues to play. Spearow, who was attacked by Pikachu, did not lose his fighting ability, but flew into the woods. Just when Xiaozhi and Pikachu thought the matter was over, a huge black shadow charged out of the woods. If you look closely, you'll see. Those are hundreds of Spearows. Oops. We're in big trouble. Pikachu, go away, pick up. No need for Xiaozhi to say more, Pikachu has already taken the lead and ran away. This also made the surrounding audience laugh frequently. It's really rare to find such an interesting and unique Pikachu. But soon, they stopped laughing, because Xiaozhi and Pikachu were caught up. With Spearow's vengeful character, they naturally targeted Pikachu first. Although Pikachu is an electric-type Pokemon, it is still just a fledgling after all. How can it withstand the attacks of hundreds or thousands of Spearows? When Xiaozhi saw this, his expression suddenly changed. Ignoring the violent Spearow group, they rushed in. Under the countless Spearow attacks, Xiaozhi held the scarred and dying Pikachu in his arms. You guys. I'm the one who threw the stones. If you want to attack, just come at me. Lang King Xiaozhi has a sense of responsibility that only one person should do the work. With his tender body, he held Pikachu firmly in his arms. Wing attack. Peck. Not even the fierce hurricane could make Xiaozhi let go of Pikachu from his arms. With tenacious will, Xiaozhi finally broke out of the Spearow group. When being chased to a cliff by a group of Spearows, he jumped off the cliff without thinking. Amidst the screams of everyone, Xiaozhi sank into the river under the cliff. Chapter 4. I am the #1 Pokémon Master in the future. Advertisement jumping from such a high cliff into the rushing water. Xiaozhi did not lose consciousness but started swimming in the water. Under the frightened eyes of everyone, Xiaozhi kept dodging flying gravel in the river. Fierce Gyarados, Spearow above, the danger wandering in the river. Ordinary people have died 800 times when encountering such a situation. However, Xiaozhi suddenly escaped from these many crises and ran to the shore. It was a girl who saved him with a fishing rod. Before everyone could breathe a sigh of relief, Spearow in the sky was like a cat that smelled something fishy, and continued to follow him. Many people watching were numb. Many people who are not from the Kanto region are a little dumbfounded. Is Spearow so vindictive? How far have you traveled? Jump off a cliff, dive into the water, and be washed by the current, don't let this go. This 10-year-old boy is even more outrageous. Even a normal adult wouldn't be able to withstand what he has experienced along the way. But this boy acted like it was nothing serious. What kind of human is this? Everyone began to gradually forget the title and became obsessed with the video. Even the Elite Four and champions are no exception. In the screen, Xiaozhi's face changed when he saw Spearow continuing to attack. After saying hello to the girl, he picked up the bicycle beside him. Put Pikachu in and start charging immediately. However, even Mega's true rookie couldn't close the gap with Spearow. The weather was not good, and the raindrops began to fall on the ground. The ground became slippery due to rain. Xiaozhi pedaled the bicycle at high speed and accidentally slipped to the ground. Pikachu was also thrown out by Xiaozhi. Spearow is about to catch up. Advertisement. Xiaozhi struggled and walked up to Pikachu. He took out the Pokeball belonging to Pikachu, enlarged it, and placed it in front of him. Pikachu, I know, you don't like getting into Pokeballs. But there is no other way now. The only way to ensure your safety is to enter the Pokeball. The rest. I will find a way. After saying that, Xiaozhi turned around resolutely. He turned his hat back and spread his hands as if to protect Pikachu normal behind him. Facing an overwhelming crowd of hundreds of Spearows, there was no fear at all on his face, but full of perseverance. Then, he shouted the words that the whole world will remember. Listen to me, I am Xiaozhi from Pallet Town. The person who will become the world's best Pokemon master in the future. Everyone, please come over here, I won't lose to you here. Spearow obviously won't be frightened by Xiaozhi's swagger words. With a cry, all the Spearows launched an attack. They want to tear this human being into pieces first. At this moment, Pikachu behind Xiaozhi moved. Time seems to stand still at this moment. Pikachu moved its limbs and jumped up from Xiaozhi's shoulders. The thunder in the thunderstorm world was all concentrated on Pikachu's small body at this moment. Then, thunder, violent thunder and lightning raged around. The thunderclouds in the sky even dissipated directly because of this blow. The setting sun was revealed. All Spearows were instantly killed by Pikachu's blow. At the end of the picture, Xiaozhi and Pikachu are lying on the ground, looking at each other and smiling. Wakao. Is this Pikachu? Turtle. It's too powerful? Can Pikachu release such thunder and lightning? Advertisement. Xiaozhi's words are also very exciting. That's right, in the face of a desperate situation, Xiaozhi not only did not give up at all, but instead said those exciting words with high morale. It's so handsome. I'm a fan. What about you? Audiences all over the world are talking about what Xiaozhi did just now. If they hadn't been able to send out barrage, the barrage would have exploded by now. No, let me correct you. Even if they can't release the barrage has exploded now. Bruno. Tough, invincible, the strongest. Is this rookie trainer from Pallet Town? Close black lens bracket. Bruno. Tell me where he is. I will accept him as my disciple immediately. Close black lens bracket. In the scene just now, Bruno was moved by Xiaozhi's passion and love for Pokémon. What's more important is that with his abnormal physical strength, he is definitely a suitable candidate to become his disciple. It is really not easy to find a disciple who is physically strong and has good moral character. Dandy. What a powerful young man. The world's #1 Pokémon master in the future. I'll be waiting for you in that seat, close black lens bracket. Yulongdu. Hey, the fight hasn't started yet. Why are you sitting in that seat? Can't it be me? Close black lens bracket. Cynthia. I can't pretend I didn't see this. Close black lens bracket. Steven. It's interesting. Even if I don't really want to fight, I'm still excited. Close black lens bracket. Xiaozhi's famous scenes not only impressed all the champion elites with his character. It also makes them firmly believe that Xiaozhi will definitely grow up and become an excellent trainer in the future. Although Xiaozhi is still very immature now and knows almost nothing about the basic skills of Pokémon. But these can all be achieved by learning. and Xiaozhi's love for Pokémon, and even his character of risking his life to protect Pokémon. It's something that most people in the world don't have. In this world, the bond between people and Pokémon will become a higher level of power. Therefore, with Xiaozhi's character, his future achievements will definitely not be low. And that Pikachu, it may look fierce to others, but the champion elites can see it at a glance. That was just a brief burst of Assist's power, although it is a bit outrageous that Pikachu can withstand the power of heaven and earth. But there are always some things called miracles happening in the world. That Pikachu may only be able to make such an attack once in its life. Chapter 5. People can be gambling dogs but not stupid dogs. Who pressures Pikachu? Advertisement at the end of the scene. Everyone was talking about it. By now, it seems that everyone has forgotten. At the very beginning, Tiandao took stock of what he wanted to take stock of. Not long after the picture stopped, a new picture appeared again. The picture given this time is of a magnificent and huge pyramid. As soon as the pyramid appeared, the camera zoomed in vain, and then the screen switched to a stadium. In this stadium, Xiaozhi appears again, standing on it. At this time, he is much more mature than in the previous scene, and his clothes and hat have also been changed. Opposite him was a middle-aged man wearing hiking clothes. If Xiaozhi's fame spread all over the world through the video just now. The man in mountaineering clothes standing opposite him is already a world-famous trainer. The battle leader of Battle Frontier, Mr. Brandon. Yulongdu. Oh, Brandon actually appeared on it. Looking at it like this, is it a duel between Brandon and Xiaozhi? Close black lens bracket. Professor Oak. Brandon, when did you fight Xiaozhi? I do not know how. Close black lens bracket. Cynthia. Xiaozhi on the screen seems to have grown up a lot. He must have been traveling for a while. Close black lens bracket. Brandon. I have never fought against Xiaozhi. This scene. I don't know what it is. Close black lens bracket. Xiaozhi. Yes, I have never met that uncle named Brandon. Close black lens bracket. I told you to be polite. Call Mr. Brandon. Misty corrected Xiaozhi's statement from the side. This guy yelled out loud every time he sent a message, leaving no time for her to correct him. In fact, in addition to Xiaozhi, the two of them can also post barrages on it. But only Xiaozhi, a brave guy, dared to intervene in the topic of a lead champion. Didn't you see that Gary didn't say much in Power Trip? I know Misty. This time Misty didn't take action. It seemed that Xiaozhi's complaint just now had an effect. Xiaozhi also humbly listened to Misty's lesson and decided to think twice before posting barrages in the future. Well, at least speak politely. Cynthia. Could it be that? Is this a battle image from the future? Close black lens bracket. Advertisement. Steven. Tell us more about the future. Close black lens bracket. Cynthia. There is a mythical beast named Dialga in the Sinnoh region. He can control time. Close black lens bracket. Cynthia. Maybe this Tiandao inventory also used similar power to give us a glimpse of the future. Close black lens bracket. Alder. Is there such a magical power? Can actually control time. Close black lens bracket. Lorelei. Stop talking, the scene has changed. Close black lens bracket. Following Lorelei's reminder, everyone focused on the picture. At this time, a huge title appeared on the screen. Fierce Battle. Battle Pyramid's Divine Battle Showdown. The confrontation between Ice and Thunder. Who will win this duel? Duel. Xiaozhi Pikachu versus Brandon Regice. God War. By the way, the inventory mentioned at the beginning of this inventory of the Way of Heaven is to fight against the gods with a mortal body. But what the hell is this battle at the beginning? Pikachu versus Regice. Many people are not sure what kind of Pokemon Regice is. But this inventory talks about fighting a god with a mortal body. The one with the mortal body must be Pikachu. Then Regice must be a mythical beast. Pikachu fights mythical beasts. What a ridiculous joke. It's not funny at all. Okay. Yulongdu. Regice. Brandon actually subdued him. It's really amazing. Close black lens bracket. Cynthia. I have also heard of Mr. Brandon's name. It is said that he has conquered 2 of the 3 divine pillars now, right? Close black lens bracket. Cynthia. And according to this title, Mr. Brandon in the future will definitely conquer Regice. He has gathered all 3 pillars. What a terrifying man. Close black lens bracket. Alder. Wait a minute, what are the 3 divine pillars? Are they the divine beasts over there? Can anyone explain it? Close black lens bracket. Bruno. +1 for explanation, I don't know him either. Close black lens bracket. Steven. Come on, I happen to have some research on the 3 divine pillars. Close black lens bracket. As the champion of Fangyuan, Steven's main job is to study stones, and his deputy job is the champion. Therefore, for stones composed of, Regirock is very interested in it, and he also studies the other 2 divine pillars. Steven. Regice is an ice-type legendary Pokémon. His body is made of ice from Theo's period. Even fire can't melt it. Close black lens bracket. Advertisement. Steven. According to literature, Regice can control air conditioning at -200 degrees. This alone is enough for him to become the pinnacle among ice Pokémon, close black lens bracket. Steven gave viewers around the world a good introduction to the horrors of Regice. The more I learn about it, the more I feel, is this something that Pikachu can defeat? Isn't this so-called inventory of the Way of Heaven just an inventory of those battles with mythical beasts? It doesn't matter whether they're evenly matched or not, after all, I have faced off against a divine beast, so even if I am killed instantly, it is still considered a duel, right? If this is what Tiandao inventory means about using a mortal body to fight against gods, that would be really disappointing. They really thought that ordinary Pokémon could defeat the gods. Soon, the scene circulated again, but this time the battle still did not officially start. Instead, the competition started. Earl Dervish's betting points will be distributed in everyone's hand. People with more than 100,000 betting points can speak on the barrage even if they are not selected by Tiandao. In addition, the betting points can also be used to redeem items in Tiandao inventory. Everyone clicked on the store and found a dazzling array of props. It can be said to include everything in the world. There are even many things that make elite champions jealous. It's just that the betting points required are huge. As for the authenticity of this prop, a master who can create such a scene. Can you still blackmail them with this little prop? Yulong do. Which one do you guess? Close black lens bracket, Diantha. This question doesn't need to be asked, right? Xiaozhi has been watching it, close black lens bracket. Bruno. Ahem, although I really want to accept Xiaozhi as a disciple, but I think Xiaozhi still needs to be trained, close black lens bracket. Cynthia. Xiaozhi has a promising future. Close black lens bracket, Brandon. I'm looking forward to growing up as a teenager, close black lens bracket. Dandy. I believe that in 10 years, that boy will be able to pose some threat to Regice, close black lens bracket. The implication is that no elite champion is willing to support Xiaozhi. Even if Xiaozhi's odds are higher, it's impossible to beat Xiaozhi. Suppressing Xiaozhi is not called gambling, that's called a silly dog. Chapter 6. Look, Pikachu can't do any harm, please give me flowers. Advertisement. The number of Earl Dervish points given by God to everyone is the same 2,000 points. An additional 300 points will be awarded for each round of counting. Each person can only press one side at a time, win, lose or draw, choose one of three. You can't win by pressing both sides at the same time. Some people just search everything. If you don't make some money now, when will you? Who can guarantee that the future inventory will still be such a sure win? Some people are a little more conservative and throw half in. It's not that they think Pikachu can win, it's just a matter of habit. After 5 minutes, the guessing time is over. Regice pays 100 to 101, which is already the smallest multiple. Otherwise, judging from the fact that basically everyone is placing bets, at least 100 will pay 100.00001. And Pikachu's side has the highest odds, 50 to 1. And Tiandao announced the proportion of bettors in the world. Regice is as high as 99.99%, however, this is enough to make people confuse. Who can think so hard that they actually beat Xiaozhi to win? My Pikachu will definitely win. I said Xiaozhi, wake up, that is a legendary beast. You're Pikachu. I'm sorry Pikachu, I didn't mean to look down on you, but... Misty hesitated to speak. She didn't want to hurt Pikachu so directly. But, the truth is so cruel. Even if Xiaozhi's Pikachu is different from an ordinary mouse, it is impossible to defeat the legendary beast. Just now Steven talked in detail about the power of the Ice God Pillar. Stop talking about Pikachu. Even if you switch to the elite champion, you may not be able to beat him. What's more, not to mention the Ice God Pillar, the level of trainer alone is completely different. Brandon is a trainer comparable to a champion, and the Xiaozhi in the picture must have been traveling for a year or two. It would be awesome if he could really win. I don't care, I just want to support Pikachu. Xiaozhi said and directly collected all the points, total disregard for dissuasion. Pikapi. Pikachu was moved to tears. This is the trainer who lives and dies with him. Believe in him no matter what. Although he is a little scared of the legendary beast, he will definitely be the main C of this Indigo Plateau Conference. Misty and Xiaogang on the side were also a little helpless. Togepi, who was hugged by Misty, shook his head curiously, wondering what they were arguing about. Advertisement. Oh, there's really nothing we can do about you. This is Xiaozhi. As they spoke, both of them placed 1,000 points on Pikachu. Since you can't dissuade Xiaozhi, just go crazy with him. You are indeed my best partners, Pikachu, you have to live up to your expectations. Xiaozhi stared at the picture on the screen and muttered to himself. Pikachu also shouted, waving his little fist. My future self, hit me hard. What a broken pillar, everybody get down. In addition to the 3 Xiaozhi people, there are other people betting on Xiaozhi. Except for Xiaozhi himself and the 2 companions who guard his influence, those who will be treated as fools are. Of course there are, the 3 people who have been following them. With everyone around the world watching, the battle finally officially began. In the screen, Brandon throws the Pokeball, and a huge pillar made of ice appears on the battlefield. Ice God Pillar. Regice. Even through the screen, everyone seems to be able to feel the cold air emanating from it.
On Xiaozhi's side, he waved his hand. Pikachu dashed out at his feet. Leaped to the battlefield.
Preemptive strike. Pikachu, Thunderbolt, Pikachu. Saffron-colored spark bursts out from Pikachu's small body.
Spark Flint, Thunderbolt has already hit Regice. However, Brandon remained unmoved and didn't even give any instructions.
After Thunderbolt's spark dissipates, Regice's surface is smooth and undamaged. It's useless, Xiaozhi said in disbelief. Huh, I was shocked. Let me tell you, why didn't Mr. Brandon give the order? It turns out there is no need. I was also shocked. I thought Mr. Brandon wanted to let loose. So, Pikachu wants to defeat Regice, which is very stupid. See, Pikachu can't do any damage. It's useless to stand still and hit him. How can we win? Steady, steady. You can get 20 points in this wave, and if you earn 1, it's worth it. Audiences all over the world are talking about it. Advertisement. They all think that the collision between Pikachu and Regice is like an egg against a stone normal. The current scene confirmed their thoughts. How can little Pikachu fight against the divine beast? Giovanni, the master of the Viridian Gym, sitting in his noble chair. Looking at the picture on the screen in front of him, he was thoughtful. He was comparing Regice and the Mewtwo he created to see which one was stronger and which one was weaker. After thinking for a while, I gave up the idea. There was no way that weak Pikachu could force out Regice's power. If you haven't seen it, what's there to compare it to? He was also one of the people who placed points on Regice. In the Tiandao inventory, he saw the same item that could help him find Mewtwo. It just costs 10 points for phone calls, but it doesn't matter, he can wait. Set a small goal and win 20 points first. The images continue. Brandon naturally wouldn't stand and get beaten like this, taking advantage of Pikachu's slight stiffness after using Thunderbolt. He immediately ordered, Regice, Blizzard, Regie. Regice's ice-like arms were placed in front of him, and then he suddenly waved them away. On the field, a huge blizzard attacks. A little bit of Icarus landed on Pikachu and Xiaozhi. The ice power of the cold sky and frozen ground continues to erode Pikachu. Don't lose to him, Pikachu, Orberg tail, pick up. Electricity flashed across Pikachu's body, restoring his somewhat frozen body to a stiff state. Then the tail behind it lit up with a silver luster. Holding the huge blizzard, Pikachu got down on all fours and rushed out normally like an arrow from the string. Brandon frowned slightly and then ordered, Regice, freezing ray. Get out of the way. Xiaozhi used a god-level dodge skill, get out of the way. When Pikachu heard this, he jumped to the side, but the distance didn't get much closer. What the two of them didn't notice was that the field beneath their feet had begun to freeze quietly. Chapter 7. Brandon. I have an infinite advantage, I don't know how to lose, please give me flowers. Advertisement, I didn't expect that Pikachu could resist Blizzard? Don't be embarrassed, that's because Mr. Brandon didn't want to hurt the trainer behind him, so he lowered the power. That's right, look at that freezing light, it froze the place in an instant. This is the real power of Regice. Yulongdu. What a powerful freezing light. If my Dragonite eats it, I'm afraid it will be disabled even if it doesn't die. Close black lens bracket. Diantha. Don't brag. Your Dragonite, which was suppressed 4 times, really ate it. I guess you have to send it to the Pokemon Center immediately. If you slow down for a second, you could go to heaven. Close black lens bracket. Yulongdu. Indeed, he was somewhat embarrassed in it. With 4 times the restraint, not to mention eating the freezing light head-on, even if it is touched by the side, it will be severely disabled. It can be seen from this how powerful Regice is. Xiaozhi's Pikachu can't win. The image did not stagnate because of everyone's discussion. It's such a strong freezing beam. If I get hit once, it should be over.
Pick up, but we will never lose. Pikachu, quick attack.
Pick up. Even on slippery ice, Pikachu still displays the speed of Horacio normal. The next moment, Pikachu came to Regice and Xiaozhi shouted loudly. That's it, Iron Tail, Pika, Shupi. The lightning-shaped tail hit Regice firmly. This time Regice was not completely unresponsive. Although there is no way to see his expression, you can hear it from his growl. He suffered quite a lot from this blow. It's not over yet, keep using Thunderbolt like this. Pikachu, Iron Tail is still pressing on Regice, and golden spark surges through Pikachu's body.
Then he followed the tail and hit Regice directly from a distance.
For a time, the field was filled with brilliance. Advertisement. Regice let out a painful growl again. Isn't this right? Why doesn't Mr. Brandon fight back? Isn't it? You can lose even if the flying dragon rides on the face? Please. That's the legendary Pokemon, Regice. The other side is just Pikachu on the bad street. Why can his attack cause damage to Regice? I can't do it, Sister Lee. I really can't do it, Sister Lee. Yulongdu. That Pikachu seems a little weird. Close black lens bracket. Cynthia. When the scene was played at the beginning, I thought it was just a coincidence that Assist's power of heaven and earth emitted the terrifying thunder and lightning, but now it seems. It seems that Pikachu has already demonstrated his specialness from the beginning, close black lens bracket. Diantha. Having said that, Pikachu still can't defeat the Ice God pillar, and Brandon hasn't really taken action yet. Close black lens bracket. Steven. That's right, Regice doesn't fall so easily. That's a legendary beast, close black lens bracket. As everyone said, inside the picture, eat 2 Thunderbolts and 1 Regice from Orberg's tail. He just let out a painful growl, and he wasn't even forced back by Orberg's tail. The test ends here. Regice, freezing ray, get out of the way. Facing the cold ice light condensed by Regice's hands. Pikachu's tail is slightly curved, then a rebound jumped out of Regice's attack range. It's just that the freezing light is still not directed at Xiaozhi, but at ground. Under this second blast of freezing light, the entire venue has completely turned into an ice venue. And the lubrication level has just gone up a notch. Pikachu just landed. I felt that my limbs were sliding a little uncontrollably. The venue is complete. What are you going to do next, Xiaozhi? Regice, focus punch. The ice venue has completely become Regice's skating rink. Regice swiped and came to Pikachu at an astonishing speed. Xiaozhi's expression changed slightly and he reacted quickly. Use Iron Tail to deal with it. ADVERTISEMENT, pick up. Pikachu stood on the ground with one hand, and the tail behind his back lit up with a metallic color. He turned around and hit Focus Punch solidly. However, where's the Pikachu that has no place to bear the force? The stockpile comes to attack Regice's rival. As soon as they met, Pikachu was knocked away, hit the edge of the field. Yulongdu. Brandon is still you Brandon. His grasp of the overall situation is indeed beyond that of a young man. Close black lens bracket. Professor Oak. Letting rival attack first not only tested rival's attack power, speed, and moves, but also allowed him to take the time to make the field his own. What a thoughtful idea. Close black lens bracket. Dandy. The premise of all this is that Regice can do it if it exceeds the physical strength of the normal Pokémon. Otherwise, the normal Pokémon may be seriously injured by Xiaozhi's Pikachu twice. Close black lens bracket. Steven. As for that, how to deal with a young boy so brilliantly. Close black lens bracket. Brandon. In any battle, I will give 100% of my strength, and I will never give up just because of who I fight. Close black lens bracket. Brandon. This has always been my duty as the leader of Battle Frontier. Close black lens bracket. Alder. Amazing. Much better than those trainers who always give gym badges. I heard there are quite a few gym trainers like this in Kanto. Close black lens bracket. Xiaogang. Misty. Erica. What you said immediately silenced all the museum leaders. Didn't they give badge for free? They only gave the badge after they recognized each other? This is very different from giving it away for free. Dandy. Now the entire field is under Brandon's control, and Regice's overall strength is much stronger than Pikachu. Xiaozhi has gone far this time. Close black lens bracket. Cynthia. Actually, it's okay. It's surprising enough just to cause a lot of damage to Regice. Close black lens bracket. Cynthia. You know, it's obvious that Xiaozhi didn't travel long ago, and that's Pikachu. To be able to fight to this point can be said to be an honor despite defeat. Close black lens bracket. Several champions have already sentenced Pikachu to defeat. Now the situation is huge for Brandon. How can Pikachu win? Chapter 8. That's it, Pikachu has tried his best, it's an honor to lose. Advertisement when everyone is not optimistic, Xiaozhi in the picture is also at a disadvantage. After being tackled to the wall, Pikachu barely managed to stand up. Whether it's Regice's speed or its focus punch without stockpile. All exceeded Xiaozhi's expectations. If Pikachu is attacked again, he may really be dead. Xiaozhi gritted his teeth and looked around the venue. A flash of inspiration flashed in his mind. Pikachu, Iron Tail knocks out an ice cube. Assist the ice cube as a pedal to approach Regice. Pick up. Xiaozhi's whimsical ideas can only be realized by his Pokémon. Pikachu returned to the court and hit the frozen ground hard. An ice cube rises from the ground. He was knocked out directly by using clever force, and Pikachu took advantage of the situation. This wave of operations made the surrounding audience look stupid. What kind of move is this? I send myself flying. Standing on the ice, Pikachu used his strength for the second time and connected with a quick attack. Now, Iron Tail, Pika, Chupika, the power of quick attack even made a circle in the air. Orberg's tail with terrifying power hit the Ice God pillar hard. Boom. This time it's no minor injury or illness for the Ice God pillar. A real gap was cut on its ice-like body. The body that is said to be made of ice from the iceberg age was actually cut with a gap by Pikachu's Iron Tail. What kind of horrific injury is this? At Gongmen Stadium. Many champions looked at that picture and were speechless for a while. Pikachu actually caused so much damage to Regice, still not from this series' Iron Tail. What kind of tail is that? Iron Tail isn't that powerful for Steel-type Pokémon, right? Gulu, there are hundreds of millions of things that are a bit outrageous. Steven swallowed and said with some difficulty, He is a champion of steel specialization, so he naturally understands the power of Iron Tail. Advertisement: what Pikachu did just now, even if a champion-level Steel-type Pokémon came, it would be nothing more than that. You call this thing Iron Tail? Do you feel that? Pikachu's Iron Tail seems to be stronger than at the beginning? Dan Emperor is the most keen on the details of the battle. This Iron Tail is completely different from the Iron Tail at the beginning. Even if it relies on the strength and rotation of bounce to increase its power, it is too much. It seems a bit. Let's continue reading. The situation is starting to get a little more subtle now. 30 seconds ago, 99.99% of the people in the world thought Xiaozhi would lose. After this Iron Tail, it seemed like the scales began to tilt. In the screen, Xiaozhi's face lit up as the attack worked, and he was about to pursue the victory. Brandon immediately reacted and gave the order. Regice, focus punch. Reggie. The ice fist glowing with white light roared towards me. When Pikachu saw this, he immediately bounced. Freezing light. Pikachu had no way to dodge in midair and could only fight with attack. Pikachu, Thunderbolt. Pikachu, Golden Spark and Icy Blue Light collide, evenly matched. Not only Iron Tail, but also Thunderbolt's damage has been increased. After the skill exchange, Pikachu flipped over and landed calmly on the ground. I can win. I can win if I keep doing this. Pikachu, Encore Iron Tail. Pikachu's outburst gave Xiaozhi hope of winning, so he prepared to repeat his old trick, Encore Iron Tail. However, Brandon was already prepared. Regice, Freezing Ray. Get out of the way. However, this time the Freezing Ray is not aimed at Pikachu, but at the field around it. The terrifying and freezing cold air caused several icicles to appear around Pikachu. As the freezing light increases, the icicles also become larger. Pikachu was directly confined inside the icicle. Advertisement. Regice, Rest. Rest, a disgusting move that can restore all physical strength in a short period of time. Especially when the legendary Pokémon is used, it is even more disgusting and opens the door to disgusting mothers. It is so disgusting. This makes Pikachu's hard-earned physical strength return to before liberation. Yulongdu. It's you who is dirty, Brandon. Let the legendary Pokémon use Rest, close black lens bracket. Cynthia. The physical strength of legendary Pokémon is extremely high to begin with. Pikachu's physical strength, which he had worked so hard to expend, was instantly restored by Rest. For Xiaozhi, this should be a very serious blow, close black lens bracket. Brandon. I said, I will go all out against any rival. What's more, the boy named Xiaozhi is no ordinary rookie trainer, close black lens bracket. Brandon looked at the screen hanging in the air at the pyramid. Icicle Blockade and Rest were used. It can be said that he has used all his strength. The boy named Xiaozhi is really amazing for being able to push him to this point. I hope that in the future, he can actually have a more exciting battle with him. As for this one, sorry, he can't think of how he could lose. Pikachu, use Iron Tail to break the icicles. Quick attack is approaching, Encore Iron Tail. Pickup. The tail on Pikachu's back lit up, and with a slight rotation, the cold icicles around him were cut into pieces. Pikachu then gets down on all fours, transforms into Spark, and charges towards Regice. It's too late, in this case, before I wake up. Reggie. Before Xiaozhi could finish speaking, Regice issued Growl, and Brandon immediately ordered. Freezing Light. Pikachu. The force of charging forward is too fast. Pikachu couldn't dodge the freezing light either. The terrifying ice energy directly hit Pikachu, turn it into an ice cube, standing tall on the field. The winner has been decided. Everyone in the world looked at the scene on the screen, and their fears gradually calmed down. It was a fierce battle, and Pikachu performed really well. It's a pity. Mr. Brandon and his Regice are stronger after all. Pikachu, even though defeated, still glorious. Everyone thinks that Pikachu has been defeated, but Xiaozhi in the picture doesn't think so. Chapter 9. The God of Thunder comes to the world. High voltage thunder shock. Asking for flower reviews. Advertisement. Pikachu. Xiaozhi's voice rang out throughout the stadium and even the whole world. Cheer up, Pikachu. How could you fall down because of this little attack? Your unyielding personality and backbone help me win at the end of every battle. Whenever I feel depressed or discouraged, you will use your special skills to wake me up. With all our experiences along the way, we wouldn't have fallen into a place like this. Please hear me, Pikachu. Use Thunderbolt. The deafening words spread throughout the world. However, Pikachu in the screen still showed no sign of moving. They had to admit that Xiaozhi's words were indeed very touching. It's a pity. If you lose, you lose. If words worked, there wouldn't be so many losers in the world. Xiaozhi has failed. On the screen, the referee on the side waved the flag in his hand and was about to declare the end of the game. However, click. The voice was very small, but in this silent scene, it seemed extremely prominent. Xiaozhi, who gritted his teeth and closed his eyes not to bear to look, was suddenly stunned, and then looked at the frozen Pikachu. Click. It's not an illusion, the ice cubes really cracked. Brandon frowned, feeling something was wrong. Pika Pika Pikachu. Boom. The ice prison that trapped Pikachu was completely shattered. Saffron-colored sparks burst out from its body. A direct hit on Regice, who had not yet reacted. This time Thunderbolt is even more powerful than before. Golden arcs of electricity appeared all over Regice's body, showing him being paralyzed. This time Thunderbolt not only caused very good damage, but even paralyzed it. What an incredible Pikachu. The boy's words made me feel hot inside. Brandon waved his hand and shouted loudly, "Regice, focus punch." Reggie. The paralyzed Regice relied on the convenience of the venue and quickly slid in front of Pikachu. No need to hit hard with Stockpile's focus punch. Pikachu instinctively flashed his tail, Iron Tail. Advertisement, boom. The result was similar to the one just now. Pikachu, who had no support, was directly hit and flew backwards, continuously hitting the icicles that were raised with the freezing light just like a pinball normal. However, this is just a look. Not only did Pikachu not receive much damage, they even used these icicles to slow down the impact. Xiaozhi looked at the icicles and had a flash of inspiration. Pikachu, assist rush over with this force, and then use Orberg Tail. Pickup. Only his Pokémon will understand Xiaozhi's whimsical ways.
And it can be used. Pikachu, who was used as a bouncing instrument, bounced to the last wall. The two short legs exerted slight force.
Assist strength just now suddenly came out. Draw an arc in midair. Regice is close in an instant. The tail behind it lit up with a metallic color, and then slashed down hard. Boom. The 1,000-year-old ice on Regice's body once again had a huge gap. It's not over yet. Encore. Shoo. Pika. Because of the paralysis, Regice had no way to respond. Pikachu assist Iron Tail's force rebound. Another Iron Tail was thrown down, still the same place. This time the wound is deeper. The gloss on the surface of Regice has obviously become dull. He's seriously injured. For a moment, the audience around the world was a little silent, right? Can this be turned around? This is a bit crazy. Reggie, who was far away in Veilstone City, looked at the scene on the screen and felt a little complicated for a moment. He also challenged Brandon from Battle Pyramid, but the opponent defeated him before he even showed up. Finally, under Brandon's coaching, he gave up being a trainer and changed his career to become a caregiver. This seemed to his brother to be an act of cowardice. Now he and his brother, who had been traveling for a year, were at home watching future Brandon fight a young trainer. Brandon's strength has been deeply engraved in his mind. So facing Xiaozhi, who could fight Brandon to such an extent, he admired him very much. Even to this point, Xiaozhi is very likely to defeat Brandon. It's hard to imagine that this is what a young trainer and a Pikachu can do. Regice, Freezing Ray, advertisement. Brandon in the picture did not panic and was still directing calmly. Get out of the way. Another magical skill. Get out of the way. This time, Pikachu's assist tail bounce left Regice's attack range. But Regice repeated his old trick and used the freezing light to create icicles to lock Pikachu firmly inside. Seeing this, Brandon's lips curved into a smile. Rest. Yulongdu. 666. Is this the strongest trainer in Battle Frontier? I have learned a lot. Close black lens bracket. Steven. Mr. Brandon, are you a bit older? Dirty, so dirty. What a tactic. Legendary Pokémon battled a Pikachu, and you used such dirty tactics. Let's just say. Do you still want to be embarrassed? Close black lens bracket. Brandon. Please read my last sentence clearly. No matter who I face, I will give my best. This is just a reasonable tactical decision. Superficial. Close black lens bracket. Even so, Brandon was a little worried, using such a shameless tactic against a young trainer and a Pikachu. He is somewhat devoid of martial ethics, but it would be even more embarrassing if we lost, right? This rogue fighting method was used, and it was still used against a Pikachu with a mythical beast. Normal people couldn't bear to look at him. They all felt that Xiaozhi was so pitiful. It's a pity. If we had to fight against a sacred beast in the wild, Pikachu might have killed the god. Yes. But with such an excellent trainer-conductor as Mr. Brandon, well, it can only be said to be a pity. Is it rest again? Don't give in, Pikachu. Use Iron Tail to cut through the icicles, then use high-voltage Thunder Shock. Pikachu. Pikachu repeated his old trick to escape from the restraints, and after landing on all fours, he shot out like an arrow from a string. Pika. As Pikachu's limbs slid, saffron-colored thunder and lightning covered his body. Terrifying voltage swept through the entire stadium. The field made of ice blocks shattered into pieces as Pikachu quickly jumped over. Even Pikachu's painting style has changed. At this time, Pikachu is like the god of thunder coming to the world. Chapter 10. Killing God successfully. This is the world's #1 pickup truck. Advertisement. Pikachu turned into Golden Flash and faced Regice directly. Just then, Regice woke up. Regice, Freezing Ray. Reggie. Facing the terrifying outbreak of Pikachu, Brandon still calmly commanded. Regice's hands condensed the freezing light and directed it towards Pikachu. However, Pikachu, who was under the high-pressure thunder shock, disappeared in an instant. The next second, he was in front of Regice. Such speed made Brandon's pupils shrink, and then before he could react,
Regice flew out like a falling meteor normal. It directly knocked a huge hole into the wall of the stadium. The front side has become completely charred. There were even dense cracks on the body made of ice. Finally, Regice fell to the ground. Pikachu, on the other hand, also lost the spark all over his body and stood there panting.
The winner is decided. Pikachu succeeds in killing the god, Xiaozhi, 1. The whole world went silent because of the scene on the screen.
The world has never been so still. Just because the boy on the screen has done something that everyone thought was impossible.
Successfully defeated the god with a Pikachu. The most important thing is that Regice has full health.
Full of blood and killed in seconds. This is even more outrageous than defeating Regice normally. Fake. Fake, right. Quote. How is it possible, Pikachu? How can it be possible to beat Regice?
Did Mr. Brandon really not commit any match fixing?
Quote. Even quasi-gods like Metagross, Benjilas, and even Pokémon like Lucario have the slightest chance of defeating Regice, but Pikachu, why?
Is that really a Pikachu? Kill a legendary beast with full health. Haha, you may not be able to do it even if you let a beast of the same level come, right?
After the silence, there was a huge explosion. The whole world exploded.
Pikachu defeated the Ice God Pillar, Regice. 1 high-pressure thunder shock kills instantly. If this were said before today, advertisement others may say, you might as well say Groudon can fly. How could Pikachu kill the Ice God Pillar instantly? How high should a pillow be to have such a dream? But today, this scene actually happened in front of them. Even if you can't believe it, you still have to believe it. On the barrage of Tiandao inventory, it was like an exploding pot of normal, and discussions began to start.
Yulongdu. Brandon, is that thing of yours really an ice pillar? Isn't it piracy? Close black lens bracket.
Steven. Some people used the icicle blockade rest tactic to fight a Pikachu with a mythical Pokémon and lost. I won't say who it was. Close black lens bracket. Cynthia. Steven, are you doing too much harm? You didn't say your name, I can't guess it. Can you tell me who it is? Close black lens bracket. Diantha. I know, he is the leader of Battle Pyramid in the Kanto region. What is his name? I don't know. Close black lens bracket. Alchemy Emperor. Instant kill with full health. There seems to be something wrong with Xiaozhi's Pikachu. Close black lens bracket. Alder. Pikachu? Pick up super. Close black lens bracket. Brandon. You guys, that's enough. Close black lens bracket. Brandon. Don't you see the difference in Pikachu? To be honest, I didn't relax at all. Will they lose entirely because of the hard power of Xiaozhi and Pikachu? Close black lens bracket. Brandon, have no shame. What's there to be ashamed of losing to that kind of wall hanging? What? Are you saying that's not cheating? Why don't you take a look at what skills Pikachu used just now? Million Volt, Diamond Tail, Extreme Speed, Thor Impact. So, after seeing these skills, do you think Brandon's loss was reasonable? Isn't this just pure cheating? Win. Win. Pikachu, we win. We defeated the legendary beast. Xiaozhi looked at the fallen Ice God Pillar on the screen and Pikachu who was still standing. First he was stunned for a while, then he picked up Pikachu on his shoulders and started spinning around while shouting happily. Although the process was tortuous, he won in the end. Rival is not only the famous and unbeatable champion Mr. Brandon, and the Pokémon used as the legendary beast, Regice. Even though the whole world didn't believe them, they won. Pikapi. Seeing his future self winning, Pikachu also shouted happily, but now he feels a little dizzy. Misty and Xiaoging looked at each other. Xiaozhi really won. Turtle. Pikachu defeated the mythical beast. Advertisement. So is the Pikachu above really the Pikachu who gets along with them day and night? The Rockets trio on the other side saw the scene on the screen and started high-fiving happily. Let's just say Pikachu will win, NYA. That's for sure. How could Pikachu, the one who failed us so many times, lose to that Lacey? It's Regice. Jesse, that's a legendary Pokémon. James, the member of the trio, comes from a wealthy family, and he knows a lot of knowledge. Naturally, he knew how powerful Regice was. Because of this, his resolute support of Pikachu further proves his trust in Pikachu. Apart from Xiaozhi, there should be no one in the world who believes in Pikachu more than them. You two have paid 2,000, meow, 30 times. That's 120,000, meow, we are rich. Meowth immediately remembered the point bet. He is a Pokémon and there is no betting point, but both Jesse and James put all their property on it. 120,000 betting points. You can exchange for countless good things in the exchange shop. When had their Rockets trio ever fought so richly? Professor Oak. Ahem, okay, that's the end of the joke. Close black lens bracket. Professor Oak. Pikachu defeated Regice, and even there was a huge gap between trainer, which is really incredible. Close black lens bracket. Professor Oak. But this is all the result of Xiaozhi and Pikachu's hard work. Close black lens bracket. Professor Oak. Didn't you notice? Pikachu's attacks become more and more powerful. Even his speed, energy, and physical strength are increasing. Close black lens bracket. A group of elite champions recalled the details under Professor Oak's reminder. It seems. It's true, Thunderbolt, which was basically unbeatable from the beginning, and Iron Tail, which could only cause a little damage. To the powerful Thunderbolt at the back, and the deadly Mega Iron Tail of Knife. Plus the high-voltage Thunder Shock at the end, which is like the coming of the God of Thunder. Which move is not becoming more and more powerful? So, is this really Pikachu? You can change your name to Pikachu. Electric times. Does Professor Oak have any clues? I can't figure out why Pikachu has such abilities. Close black lens bracket. Taiyun. I have been studying electric Pokemon for many years, and I have never seen such a special Pikachu. Close black lens bracket. Xiaozhi. Shine, it's so sparkly. I never thought there was such a shining Pikachu in the world. Close black lens bracket. The three speakers were all gym leaders specializing in electricity from each region. They specialize in electric-type Pokemon and have never seen an electric-type Pokemon like Pikachu. This Pikachu. Why is it so special? Chapter 11. Xiaozhi and Pikachu's special abilities, explosive seeds. Advertisement faced with everyone's inquiries, Professor Oak spoke.
Professor Oak, this is just my guess. Xiaozhi and Pikachu probably have special abilities, that is, after being connected, they can explode into strength far beyond their own. It can also be called explosive seed. Close black lens bracket. Professor Oak, think about it, the images that Tiandao Inventory released to us at the beginning. Close black lens bracket. It's been less than an hour since that video was played. Naturally, everyone in the world easily remembered that back then, Pikachu seemed to be the same way.
Its own Thunder Shock can barely deal with a Spearow. Later, although Pikachu assisted the power of heaven and earth, being able to withstand that power is enough to prove that it is special.
Originally, the elite champions thought it was just a miracle that happened by chance.
But now it seems. That is what will inevitably happen after Pikachu and Xiaozhi connect with each other.
Is this the power of Xiaozhi and Pikachu? Professor Oak, I believe everyone has tried it, right? The more you give to Pokemon, the Pokemon will respond to you at critical moments with power far beyond your own. Close black lens bracket.
Professor Oak. It's just that the bond between Xiaozhi and Pikachu is a billion points stronger than that between normal people. Close black lens bracket. Professor Oak, you must have typed the word billion incorrectly, right?
It's indeed 100 million points. Many people around the world have also tried it. After connecting with Pokemon, the Pokemon will emit power beyond itself.
This is the magic power in the world. The bond between people and Pokemon. However, that is still within the scope of ability. If you let a Pokemon with an overall power of 1 explode and it can reach 1.3 to 1.5, it is already outrageous. Where's that Pikachu in the video? In just 10 minutes, his strength increased at least 3 times or even 5 times. This is no longer a normal explosion. Yulongdu. Brandon, don't complain if you lose. Losing to a cheat does not count as a loss. Close black lens bracket. Diantha. I also think that when encountering such a situation, we can only say that it is not that we are not doing our best, but that the enemy's cheats are too exaggerated. Close black lens bracket. Daddy. You can't say that. Pikachu's power only surpassed Regice at the last moment. At other times, I don't think it is as strong as Regice. Close black lens bracket. Dandy. Moreover, Xiaozhi's command is also very impressive. It's hard to imagine that Xiaozhi at that time was the same person as Xiaozhi in the first scene. It seems that Xiaozhi has grown a lot in a short period of time. Close black lens bracket. Emperor Dan couldn't stand it when people used a ridiculous word to describe Pikachu and Xiaozhi. Obviously their own efforts are indelible. What's more, isn't it Xiaozhi's ability to be so united with Pokemon? Advertisement, Brandon. Okay, stop whipping the corpse. They're all making fun of me. Only Dan Emperor, you can't tell. Close black lens bracket. Dan Emperor was stunned for a moment when he saw the barrage, and then looked at the many champions beside him. I found that the usually serious champion was covering his mouth and snickering. They were indeed teasing Brandon, and they never thought of erasing the efforts of Pikachu and Xiaozhi with a word of cheating. After all, Emperor Dan was too honest. Jobin Gym Office. Giovanni looked at the picture on the screen, feeling a little dazed. Pikachu defeated the Ice God Pillar, and it's still an instant kill. He took out a Pokeball and looked at it intently. Few people know that the trump card in his hand, known as Giovanni the Earth, is actually a bug-type Beedrill. His Beedrill also possesses extremely terrifying strength. The same ordinary and the same powerful, the young man in the picture seems to be somewhat similar to him. They are similar, but completely opposite, because he is a famous villain in Kanto and the leader of Team Rocket. Most Pokemon are nothing more than tools to him. Originally, he was going to evacuate the Viridian Gym today. But this so-called heavenly inventory allowed him to stay and watch for the time being. Then, he saw something very interesting. With a mortal body, to rival the gods, my Beedrill. He who had always been obsessed with Mewtwo suddenly wavered. Forget it, let's go back to Team Rocket headquarters first. On an isolated island called Clear Cliff, there are no humans on it, only Pokemon. However, even in this place, the Tiandao inventory screen appeared. A human-like cat-like Pokémon stood on the edge of the cliff, looking at the screen. Advertisement. His whole body is composed of silvery white and purple. If Giovanni were here, he would definitely recognize it. This is the Pokémon he created, Mewtwo. At this time, Mewtwo was looking at the picture on the screen with complicated eyes. Not long ago, he had just carried out a counterattack. He wanted to replace humans and become the strongest trainer, but was stopped by a stupid young man and gave up his idea. That stupid guy is Xiaozhi. He erased Xiaozhi's memory and brought all the cloned Pokémon here to isolate himself from the world. I thought I would never see Xiaozhi again in the future. Unexpectedly, not long after, I saw him on a strange screen. This is obviously the experienced Xiaozhi. His Pikachu can actually fight against gods. Xiaozhi, you will become the strongest trainer. Tsunere like Mewtwo has already recognized him, just because Xiaozhi showed him the possibility of bonds between humans and Pokémon.
Veilstone City. I actually, really won. Regi's sitting body stood up involuntarily, looking straight at Pikachu on the screen.
The boy who looked to be in his early 10 years actually defeated Brandon's mythical beast with just a Pikachu. Even though Reggie is no longer a trainer, he still feels a bit of a shock. While being shocked, he also had some admiration for the trainer whom he had never met before. Trust Pokémon, respond to Pokémon. How much love do these Pokémon have to exert such power?
His younger brother Paul, who was standing behind him, also stared at Pikachu who was barely standing. He defeated Brandon, who even his brother could not defeat.
In the future, he will defeat Brandon and the guy above. Chapter 12. Inventory of rewards, Light Ball, Big Skin Teacher is swollen. Advertisement. The battle between Pikachu and Regice, Xiaozhi and Brandon. It was really exciting. Everyone looked at the battle that kept turning over and over again. For a moment, I forgot that they actually made a bet. Some people pushed all the Earl Dervish points, some people did not participate in the bet, and some people bet on normal. But Mu Yang questioned that the vast majority of people in the world have become losers. Only Xiaozhi, who firmly believed in Pikachu's victory, and his two companions who believed in him.
And Pikachu's longtime loyal fans, the Rocket Trio, were rewarded.
Xiaozhi received 60,000 points, Xiaogang and Misty each received 30,000 points. The two Rockets even scored 120,000. In the redemption store, 100,000 points can be redeemed for a top-notch carrying item.
For example, Mystic Water. Water-type damage increased by 20%. Props like this are uneven in the real world. Some can only increase by 5%, while others can increase by 10%.
20% is extremely rare. If it were exchanged with money in the real world, it would probably cost hundreds or tens of millions, and it has a price but no market. You can see how precious redemption points are. There are also many rare ingredients inside, things for making Pokeball props, and more. For Xiaogang, a gourmet, the exchange store is simply a paradise. Normal exists.
Many ingredients that you can't see in the real world are available in the exchange shop. For example, Kobe beef, deep sea lobster, etc. And since it's not used to upgrade Pokemon, the price above isn't too expensive.
Yulongdu. Unexpectedly, I lost the first guess. Close black lens bracket. Professor Oak. It's not a big problem. After all, it's just a small amount of money. Compared to this, I want to know who beat Xiaozhi to win. Close black lens bracket. Xiaozhi. Me. Close black lens bracket. Alder. Ha ha ha. I knew it was Chitaro himself. Close black lens bracket. Dandy. If you go all in, you can get 60,000 points, but I still can't afford a carrying item. Is this the only way to get these points? Close black lens bracket. Diantha. Oh, there are so many beautiful clothes here. The points are obviously not expensive, but now I can only watch. Close black lens bracket.
Advertisement. Cynthia. My cone disappeared. Close black lens bracket.
Steven. Fortunately, I couldn't afford my precious stone in the first place, so I have nothing to regret. Close black lens bracket.
The more expensive props in the Tiandao inventory exchange are all related to Pokemon.
Such as carrying items, evolution stones, energy cubes, and rare candy. They are all ridiculously expensive, but if it is only used by humans, it will be much cheaper.
For example, Xiaogang needs the ingredients, Diantha needs the clothes, and Cynthia wants the cones.
As for Steven, the stones Steven wants are all Pokemon fossils. Who is more valuable if he is not valuable? As the first brother of Fangyuan and one of the richest young masters of Fangyuan, he has all the stones that money can buy. What you can't buy with the remaining money is naturally very expensive in Tiandao exchange. After the wonderful settlement, a few lines of words appeared on the huge screen again. The winner Pikachu can get additional rewards from Tiandao inventory. Close black lens bracket. Reward Pikachu exclusive prop. Light Ball. Close black lens bracket. Light Ball. Exclusive to Pikachu. After carrying it, it can double Pikachu's existing special attack and physical attack. Close black lens bracket. Everyone in the world. Nest Ras. Double Pikachu's double attack. It's also Pikachu's exclusive carrying prop. Is there such a perverted thing in this world? Before the first inventory is released, even if it is told to the people in the world. Pikachu had a carry item that doubled his double attack, but they would just ignore it. Pikachu doubles attack. Any functions? Electric mice are pure garbage. If doubled, it would probably be at the level of a normal electric-type Pokémon. Even if you give him this perverted-sounding prop, it will have no effect at all. But, when this light ball is given to Xiaozhi's Pikachu, it's completely different. What is the power of Pikachu in the video? That is the power that can kill Regice instantly. It's equivalent to killing a champion-level Pokémon instantly. Install a light ball on him. This is awesome. Even if Zapdos comes, you have to shout, "Brother Pi, I was wrong." When Raikou comes, he has to shout, "Pikachu, let me go." Advertisement standing in front of the Indigo Plateau Conference Stadium. Xiaozhi was stunned for a moment when he saw the big words on the screen. When he saw clearly the function of light ball, he was instantly ecstatic. Pikachu's double attack doubles. Is there such a good thing? Xiaogang, what is a special physical attack? Xiaogang was speechless. Compared with Xiaozhi in the picture, Xiaozhi still needs to grow up. I don't know a lot of basic knowledge at all. After Xiaogang explained it to Xiaozhi in detail, Xiaozhi became excited again. The dual attack enhancement means that both Pikachu's Iron Tail and Thunderbolt can be enhanced. Isn't this even more powerful? Pikachu, after obtaining the light ball, our goal will be the Sea of Stars. Pikapi. One person and one mouse are now a little swollen. After all, the picture clearly states that they defeated the mythical beast in the future. Now there is another outrageous prop blessing. From now on, his Pikachu will go to Zapdos. Let him know who is the real god of thunder. At this time, Xiaozhi's sky shines with a ray of light, and then falls like a meteor. It entered Pikachu's body in just a split second.
Pikachu immediately felt an explosive increase in his power.
Now he is invincible. Little Devil Pikachu will become even more powerful after getting this item, NYA. The more powerful you are, the more valuable you are to be captured. That's right. If I dedicate Pikachu to Boss Giovanni, I will be promoted to executive and then appointed as branch head. Thinking about it, I feel. What a great feeling. The Rockets trio are already dreaming. Chapter 13, Special Review, The Actor's Self-Cultivation. Advertisement. The first round of Tiandao inventory has ended. Since there is a first round, there will naturally be a second round. At this time, neither the Alliance nor the Rockets and other villain organizations stopped thinking about who did this. With such a powerful being, it is estimated that it is only a matter of seconds to destroy the world. Instead of guessing about illusory things, it's better to think about how to get actual benefits.
For example, guessing points, or being able to get on the list.
Just look at Pikachu's light ball and you'll know that this Tiandao inventory will customize exclusive rewards based on the people on the list. Many elite champions and even villain bosses are looking forward to it. Will they be on the list? After all, even if they have never fought against a divine beast now, what about in the future? Who can know what will happen in the future? A 10-year-old boy who just came out can do it. Why can't these old guys with quite a lot of experience?
It's just about noon now. This Tiandao inventory can't be done once a day, right? At this time, soaring in the sky, the ethereal voice sounded again.
The first battle against God is over. Before the second battle is reviewed, a special review will be played. Special. Inventory? What kind of inventory can be called special? Special inventory. On the self-cultivation of movie stars.
Diantha. What do you mean? The actor's self-cultivation. Are you going to take stock of me this time? Close black lens bracket. Unexpectedly, Diantha was surprised. In the Pokémon world, everyone pays more attention to training and fighting Pokémon.
Basically, the only one who can be called the best actor is her as a main actor and a heavyweight who is also a part-time champion.
Think about this title carefully. How does it sound like? So, can she get the reward? What rewards will Tiandao give out? It's really exciting.
At this time, new text appeared on the big screen. Special inventory only has a quick answer mode, and there is no guessing or winner reward mechanism. Close black lens bracket. After seeing the words above clearly, Diantha turned to stone on the spot.
What's the meaning? What does it mean? Target her, Diantha, right?
Get down. Let's make good gestures. I thought it would be her turn to get rich in the second guess. The result. The truth is so cruel. Cynthia. It's okay, Diantha. What's yours will still be yours. Just answer it. Close black lens bracket. Demarange. Quick answer question. In terms of knowledge, who can compare with me? Close black lens bracket. Advertisement. Damaranch is the flame manager of the Pokémon League and is also known as the honorary president of Alliance.
It can be seen from his numerous white beard that he must have quite a lot of experience. Professor Oak. I can't pretend I didn't see this. Close black lens bracket.
Not only Professor Oak, professors from many regions have emerged one after another. In terms of battles, they are indeed not ranked, except Professor Oak. But when it comes to knowledge, think about it, why are they called Professor? On the screen, the inventory officially begins. The first thing that caught everyone's eyes was a suburban field, and there was a house on the side of the field. Professor Rhea Juniper. This is the battle venue outside my laboratory, close black lens bracket. As Yu's residence has been visited countless times, she naturally recognized it at a glance. So here it is. Unova region. The screen zoomed in on the two figures and caught the eyes of everyone in the world. On one side is a young man wearing an orange coat and brown hair. Almost no one has any impression of this man. Xiaozhi also knows Professor Oak or some gym leaders. And this boy, no one on the barrage said they knew him. On the other side is a young man that everyone around the world has known more or less, Xiaozhi. At this time, Xiaozhi was wearing a blue and white long-sleeved coat, and still had a red and white hat on his head, but the style of the hat had changed again. Compared with Xiaozhi in the first round, this Xiaozhi looks a little more mature. In other words, it was Xiaozhi after defeating the Ice God Pillar. Diantha. What's going on? Isn't it about the actor's self-cultivation? Why is it Xiaozhi again? Close black lens bracket. Brandon. Someone's best actor was snatched away, I won't say who it was. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket Diantha. It's not easy to get a famous person involved, but Brandon is the first to speak out. He can't be the only one embarrassed. The scene continues, the brown boy throws a Pokeball. A small green snake with big Kazilon eyes appeared on the field. One of the three royal families in Unova region, Snivy. And Xiaozhi waved his hand and shouted, "The decision is yours, Pikachu." World audience. Advertisement be good. Is Xiaozhi such a cruel person? Opposite is obviously rookie trainer. You actually used Pikachu, a mythical beast, to fight him. How outrageous. Yulongdu. Ahem, I thought Brandon's ruthlessness was already unrivaled in the world. I didn't expect that there are such vicious people as Xiaozhi in the world. Close black lens bracket. Cynthia. Well, compared to the Ice God Pillar fighting Pikachu, it is undoubtedly more cruel for Pikachu who defeated the Ice God Pillar to fight against a newbie Snivy. Close black lens bracket. Alder. Tisk. Maybe it was because Brandon crushed Xiaozhi in level back then, so Xiaozhi also wanted to try the feeling of level crushing. Close black lens bracket. Brandon. You can't make it, right? Do you have to pull me? Close black lens bracket. Now Brandon is undoubtedly nailed to the pillar of shame. No matter what, he was using all his strength, lost to a boy who hadn't been traveling very long and a Pikachu. There's no need to wash this, unless, this Pikachu can be outrageous to the end. After Xiaozhi released Pikachu, the image on the screen stopped. Then, a button appeared in front of everyone in the world who could launch barrages. A question and 4 options also appeared on the screen. Question. Among the 4 contestants present, who is the best actor? Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket A. Pikachu close black lens bracket open black lens bracket B. Trip close black lens bracket open black lens bracket C. Xiaozhi close black lens bracket open black lens bracket D. Snivy close black lens bracket. You only have one chance to answer. If you answer correctly, you will get a reward. If you answer incorrectly, you will get punishment. Close black lens bracket. After the 60-second countdown, whoever presses the button in front of him the fastest will get the right to answer the question. Close black lens bracket. Hey, isn't this Tiandao inventory discriminatory? What the hell, I don't have an answer button in front of me. Neither do I, none of my friends have answer buttons. What the hell is this? Many people around the world began to protest. Even if they can't post barrages, they can't even answer the questions.
Can they just watch this inventory as a movie? Naturally, Tiandao inventory will ignore them, and the countdown officially begins.
Chapter 14. Diantha. It's time for you to show your acting skills. Advertisement, Xiaozhi. What do you choose? Close black lens bracket. Diantha. First of all, exclude Pikachu. No matter how you look at it, Pikachu doesn't look like he can act, right? Close black lens bracket.
Melissa. Xiaozhi can also be ruled out. He is just a young man, how can he act? Close black lens bracket.
The 3 people discussed on the barrage are currently world-famous actors. Among them, Diantha is the champion, and the remaining 2 are Xiaozhi, the gym trainer of the Unova region. The other one is Sinnoh region's gym trainer, Melissa. They don't dare to treat actor as their main job like Diantha. After all, if this happens, they will be judged to be unqualified in the gym trainer evaluation. The 3 outstanding actors rely on their rich experience to see that. In the video, who has acting talent and who does not? Xiaozhi, this young man, whether it is from the previous image or based on his face. They all look dumbfounded. When it comes to love for Pokémon, any fool would choose him. If it comes to acting, any fool would know better than to choose him. As for Pikachu and trainer who were with him, they were like this. As his personal partner, how could they possibly be able to act? Then the answer is the boy named Trip and Snivy. You Longdu. It should be the boy named Trip, right? Close black lens bracket. Dandy. I also think that although the boy doesn't look like an actor based on his appearance, is it not suitable for Pokémon to be the actor? Close black lens bracket. Diantha. Yes, I also think that boy named Trip has the talent for acting. You can see it from the face. close black lens bracket. Xiaozhi, who was far away in the Unova region, looked at the barrage with a strange look on her face. The boy named Trip obviously has no actor aspect at all. It's impossible for Sister Diantha to make such a stupid mistake. I'm afraid. She said that on purpose. The reason is that even if the rest of the people get the chance to answer the question, they will still make mistakes. Hiss. I didn't expect that Sister Diantha usually looks upright and upright. You are not merciful at all when you are overcast. At the stadium at the Palace Gate, Diantha spoke seriously to the champions around her. Trip is definitely the best actor. Although he looks a little immature now, he will definitely enter the entertainment industry in the future. Diantha started talking about Trip from his appearance and clothes. Advertisement. The somewhat skeptical expressions of the champions also became certain. That's right, Trip is the future actor. Look, their names even have the word Emperor in them. Unova region, Trip is located at. Trip, who has not yet gone on a trip, looked at the speeches of many world actors on the barrage and had a little doubt about his dream. He obviously wants to be a photographer and part-time trainer. Does he really have the talent of a performer, as the champions and gym owners said? Could it be that his dream was wrong? Soon, the 60 seconds countdown ended, and everyone in the world who could press the button pressed it at the same time. Diantha and other champions have already said the correct answer. Isn't it stupid not to answer now? Answer. Diantha. Close black lens bracket. Yeah. Diantha jumped up in excitement. Cynthia on the side said to Diantha with a smile on her face. Look, Diantha, I said it's yours or yours. Haha. Thank you, Cynthia. If the reward can be half, I will definitely give you a share. Diantha has already taken this reward as her own. Soon, Diantha's answer appeared on the huge screen. D. Yulongdu. Close black lens bracket. Stephen. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Bruno. Close black lens bracket. Brandon. What a trick, Miss Diantha. Are you planning to hide it from everyone in the world? Close black lens bracket. Diantha. Haha, this is just a small trick, don't worry about it. Anyway, I am the last person to answer the question, right? Close black lens bracket. After Diantha said this, everyone at Gongmen Stadium knows that they have been deceived. It's all a lie that Trip is the best actor. Diantha had already locked the answer on Snivy from the beginning. Haha, everyone is a competitor, so don't blame me for playing tricks. Advertisement. Dandy smiled heartily and applauded Diantha. You are worthy of being the best actor in the Pokemon world. Your performance really hid it from all of us. Yulongdu also had a funny look on his face. Diantha, if you work as an undercover agent in the Pokemon Alliance, no one in the world will be able to find out that you are an undercover agent. It's too praised, haha, Professor Oak on the side asked curiously. Diantha, how are you sure that Snivy is the correct answer? Isn't Trip also possible? Now that she has answered the question, Diantha doesn't mind telling everyone the real reason. You guys pay attention to Trip's hand on the screen. Did you see the camera in his hand? This shows that Trip is a photographer, and when it comes to acting, you don't think that the charming Snivy's performance is bad, right? Look at Snivy, doesn't he look like a born actor? It was only after Diantha reminded everyone that they discovered the details in the picture. While they lamented Diantha's strong observation skills, they also lamented, this woman is really good at acting. The act just now fooled them all. She is worthy of being hailed as a movie queen. After Diantha answered, there was a pause on the screen, and then a big red X appeared. Open black lens bracket. Wrong answer. Diantha's dark history will be reviewed later. Close black lens bracket. Diantha's confident expression suddenly collapsed? How can it be? Her analysis should be perfect. How can this be the wrong answer? Brandon. Someone worked extremely hard and overturned. I won't say who it was. Close black lens bracket. Diantha. Dirt. I wasn't the one who exposed your shortcomings in the first place. I didn't expect you to be this kind of person. Brandon. Close black lens bracket. This is the second time Brandon has come out to tear her down. I didn't expect that the middle-aged mountaineer who looked serious and honest on the surface could be so dark inside. Chapter 15. Best Actor, Pikachu. Fourth update. Advertisement. In Battle Pyramid, Brandon also showed a long-lost smile. Although this Tiandao inventory has exposed his dark history, but this barrage system is really interesting. Up there, he experienced fun other than digging at historical sites. Something strange awakened inside Brandon. Punishment about Diantha was temporarily put aside, and Tiandao inventory directly announced the correct answer. The correct answer is Pikachu. Close black lens bracket. The world is confused. How could it be Pikachu? Why is Pikachu the best actor? Does he look like he can act? No matter how you look at it, Pikachu is as upright as Xiaozhi. The images on the screen began to play. Why Pikachu is the best actor is also revealed above. Preemptive strike, Pikachu, quick attack. Xiaozhi shouted loudly, and Pikachu's body was covered with a layer of white light. Then spark came out like fire. Snivy had already tackled her before she could react. Knocked it away more than 10 meters. Snivy spun around in midair before barely regaining his balance. Pikachu succeeded with one blow and looked quite strong. But this rival is the newbie Snivy. Why can't Pikachu, who has defeated the Ice God Pillar, kill her instantly with one move?
Even the weak quick attack can be easily defeated in seconds.
Besides, Pikachu's quick attack in the game review is more than 10 times more powerful, right?
What's the big deal? Putting water on Rookie. Trip also started to fight back.
Snivy, tackle. Get away from Pikachu. Shoo shoo. Snivy stepped on the ground with his short legs and charged towards Pikachu with his head. Just 2 consecutive tackles were dodged by Pikachu. This is natural. How could the experienced Pikachu be attacked by the newbie Solacean? Good, the counterattack begins. Pikachu, Thunderbolt. Coming. Pikachu's special skill Thunderbolt, advertisement. Although it is twice as resistant to grass, the Thunderbolt used by Pikachu must be extraordinary. Just when everyone was expecting Pikachu to kill Snivy instantly, they saw. Pikachu. Nothing happened. What? What's going on? Pikachu, Thunderbolt. Pikachu. Pikachu was also a little confused. After receiving instructions again, Pikachu regrouped his power. Pikachu. Still nothing happened. You Longdu. What's going on? Why can't Pikachu use Thunderbolt? Close black lens bracket. Dandy. Could it be that after the fight with Brandon, Pikachu suffered something unknown to us and his strength was weakened? Close black lens bracket. Diantha. Why don't you take a look at what the title is this time, then guess why Pikachu is called the actor? Close black lens bracket. After Diantha's awakening, all the viewers in the world reacted instantly. The name of this special review is The Self-Cultivation of the Movie King. And Pikachu was judged by heaven to be the best actor. Since it is determined that he is the best actor, why should the battle scene be shown? Shouldn't there be a show? But now everyone seems to have some guesses. The screen continues. Seeing that Pikachu was unable to use Thunderbolt, Xiaozhi commanded again. Use high voltage Thunder Shock. Pick up. Pikachu did a backflip and reached the edge of the field. High pressure Thunder Shock is a skill that requires acceleration, so he needs a run up. Pika. At first, Pikachu moved his limbs crazily, but he didn't even reach half of the field. Pikachu was already panting, as if his body was being hollowed out. Xiaozhi on the side also had his eyes widened and his face was full of surprise. Are you kidding? Why? I can't use the Thunder Shock move. I couldn't stand it at the trip opposite. Are you fighting seriously? Command Pokemon to use some moves that he can't use at all. How can you be called a senior trainer like this? Advertisement, Snivy, tackle, ouch. Snivy let out a crisp growl and then rushed out. Pikachu is still panting Hideki and can't get out of the way. He was directly knocked aside by Snivy's tackle. Wow. Audiences around the world were in an uproar. This is the same invincible Pikachu just now. What's up? The opponent is just a newbie plus the newbie Pokemon Snivy. You, Pikachu, who has beaten a mythical beast, actually shrank in front of it? A bit outrageous, right? Damn it. In that case, use the Orberg tail. Pikachu. Pikachu was knocked to the side and stood up again, the tail on his back lit up with a metallic luster. Okay. All other skills can be used. Come on, Pikachu. Pikachu gathered the Orberg tail, then jumped up.
Want assist gravity to add more strength to Orberg's tail.
Only, get out of the way, ouch. The petite Snivy quickly dodged Pikachu's Orberg tail. Let it hit the ground. There were traces of cracks on the field, showing that Orberg's tail was quite powerful. However, compared to the previous game, it was really a huge difference. P.S. I really feel this game is outrageous. This is also the reason why I don't watch BW much. Damn it, the last part of my skinned movie ended with Latios, and this one even if you can't use electric skills. Losing to Snivy was outrageous. The opponent, Snivy, just hit the grass blender and knocked out Pikachu. There is no need for electric skills here. Is this F*** G kidney deficiency? Chapter 16. When it comes to acting, I, Pikachu, am a professional. 5th update.
Advertisement. Use the grass blender. After Snivy dodged Pikachu's iron tail, before Pikachu could react. With a twist of the tail behind him, countless leafages turned into a tornado and wrapped themselves around it. Then he swept up in front of Pikachu. Pikachu has no way to dodge. Caught directly in the grass blender. Snivy uses his tail to flexibly control the mixer like Twister normal. Keep Pikachu waving in midair, finally hit it hard on the ground. Its terrifying power created a ravine on the site that was more than 10 centimeters deep and several meters long, and it set off a huge cloud of smoke and dust. After the smoke dissipated, Pikachu, covered in injuries, lay quietly in the ravine, motionless. Already lost the ability to fight. Trip. 1. Snivy, win. As novices, they won. Audiences around the world fell silent again, the last inventory. They were shocked by Pikachu's explosiveness, tenacity, and the bond between Xiaozhi and Pikachu, and were speechless for a while. But this time, Chun was shocked by Pikachu's unnatural behavior. You can F***G lose. Fortunately,
This time Tiandao inventory did not open a betting market, otherwise it would be another day of losing everything by betting on dogs. Because of the new inventory, each of them received 300 betting points. If we start the betting this time, I'm afraid everyone's betting points will disappear again. Even Trip himself didn't believe that he could win. Soon, the whole world exploded. Is this the Pikachu from just now? Did Xiaozhi change Pokémon? My impression of Pikachu is a weak electric rat on a bad street. A god among gods. A weak electric rat on a bad street. I think. Could it be that Pikachu's true strength is now fighting the mythical beast before was just a blast? I really want to scold you for what you said, but what you said makes perfect sense. Mew-G, even if Pikachu is weak, the Xiaozhi in the picture has been traveling for a long time. He actually lost to rookie trainer and novice Pokémon. Originally, everyone in the world had changed their impression of Pikachu. Many people have even begun to regard Pikachu as a Pokémon with god-level potential. It's just that they haven't dug it out yet. Advertisement, and when this special inventory came out, it instantly changed the impression of everyone in the world. This is probably normal Pikachu. Pikachu, did you really not play me? Xiaozhi looked at Pikachu next to him suspiciously. Having been together day and night for more than half a year, he still doesn't fully understand this guy's strength. Sometimes a big batch, sometimes it's like having a weak kidney and being beaten into a real mouse. Pikapi. Pikachu, Teacher Dappy scolded loudly, how could I play you? At best, I just want to steal slack off sometimes without making any effort, but I will never lose to Snivy. It's definitely not my rat above. Why is Pikachu so weak, NYA? Maybe, you haven't had enough to eat? It's possible? Meowth looked at the duo speechlessly, only you can think of the reason for such nonsense. Dianji. There are so many things that are a little bit outrageous, close black lens bracket. Taizan. There are indeed hundreds of millions of points that are outrageous, close black lens bracket. Xiaozhi. Pikachu's light seems to have dimmed. Yarrow. That grass blender can actually kill that Pikachu instantly, close black lens bracket. As the grass-based gym leader of the Galar region, Yala is already almost as powerful as Elite. The capabilities of grass blenders and Snivy can basically be easily estimated. Even if the wool of Maobianyang was reduced, he couldn't imagine the possibility of Snivy killing Pikachu instantly. Steven. Let me count. Pikachu directly withstood a blizzard, a freezing beam, indirectly suffered 2 focus punch, and finally suffered a high-voltage thunder shock, but still did not fall down, close black lens bracket. Steven. Now Snivy, a new rookie player, can beat Pikachu in seconds with a grass blender. Does this mean that this Snivy's one move is equivalent to Regice's 4 ultimate moves, close black lens bracket? Well, after Steven's analysis, it seems to make sense. Diantha. Don't look at it, just act for the sake of it, and the acting was flawless, close black lens bracket. Advertisement, Diantha. If we hadn't just watched the first inventory, we might have regarded this as Pikachu's true strength, close black lens bracket. Yu Longdu. This is the so-called high-powered electric beast. Can it lose to a novice at low level? Learned a lot, close black lens bracket. Wallace. I have seen some Pokémon strength fluctuate, but this is the first time I've seen it fluctuate like this. Everyone feels that this actor is definitely worthy of the title. The acting was flawless. Brandon's face turned dark. It would have been okay if Pikachu had won all the way, but now he lost to a rookie trainer Pokémon. Doesn't this make him even more embarrassed? You know, this is Pikachu who has defeated him. How outrageous. Daddy. Isn't Pikachu in the screen unable to use electric skills? Maybe it has something to do with this, close black lens bracket. Alder. Yes. Pikachu couldn't use his best electric type trick. Is it possible that his strength was compromised by imprison? Close black lens bracket. Uncle Yi. Maybe it was a psychic imprison. It's not impossible for this kind of thing to happen. Close black lens bracket. Diantha. Then how do you explain that Pikachu was awarded the title of Best Actor, close black lens bracket? There seems to be no way to explain it. Even Tiandao Inventory said that you, Pikachu, are the best actor. How can you explain this? Now Diantha has gone dark. She never expected that the so-called movie king would calmly let off steam in battle. It also caused her to have a black history record in the future. She should not have any dark history, right? At least not before. The special inventory is over, and the second inventory will begin. Inventory of those Pokémon that used their mortal bodies to fight against the gods, too. The ethereal voice came again. The special inventory has ended, although everyone is still talking about Pikachu's performance. But now that the inventory has begun, let's take a look at it first. It's important to look at the inventory. This time it's probably a guessing game. You must be more discerning. Soon, a new picture appeared on the screen. Chapter 17. The second game review, Pikachu vs. Latios. First update. Advertisement. What appeared at the beginning of the screen was a huge building. There is a huge Pokeball logo on the building. The shape of the building is circular with a hollow center. This place is the Alliance conference site. Many Alliance conferences use this kind of building. Cynthia. Oh? Is it Sinnoh region this time? Close black lens bracket as the champion of the Sinnoh region. Cynthia immediately recognized this place as the site of the Sinnoh region Lily of the Valley conference. It seems that this divine battle is going to start at the Alliance conference venue.
It's just, who Alliance conference uses mythical beasts? This is somewhat outrageous.
Soon, the camera zoomed in and entered the competition scene directly. At this time, the competition venue was filled with people. The surrounding auditoriums were basically packed. In the audience, Xiaozhi, Xiaobing and others saw a familiar figure. Isn't this Xiaobing? Xiaobing, you're sitting there. It seems like this is a game I'm in, it doesn't seem like Misty is around me.
Next to Xiaobing is a blue-haired Stephanie. Judging from their positions,
it should be a traveling companion, that is to say. Did I say goodbye to Xiaozhi at the back? Misty muttered a little. Not only that, but the thought of traveling separately from Xiaozhi later made Misty feel a little empty.
What Xiaozhi and others noticed was the audience seats, while what the rest of the world's spectators noticed was naturally the people on the playing field.
On one side of the field was a figure he had never seen before. With blue hair and a red cloak wrapped around him, the whole person looked a little gloomy. And on the other side, there is another familiar figure to the audience, Xiaozhi. Only his costume changed again. The hat changed to red and black, and he was wearing a black and yellow jacket. His face has also become more mature than when he fought against Brandon. The special inventory just now seems to be at about the same time. It's Xiaozhi again. I'll call you Brother Xiaozhi. Okay. Why are you so brave to go to the Steel Beast every time? Advertisement. 3 rounds of counting. It was Brother Xiaozhi in all 3 rounds. I live up to my reputation.
Brother Xiaozhi, what Pokémon do you plan to use to fight the mythical beast this time? It won't be Pikachu again, right?
Good guy, before I do the special inventory just now, if Brother Xiaozhi takes out Pikachu, I will definitely search him. Now, you never know when Pikachu will start. Audiences around the world began to speculate on the betting odds again. It's just that they can't launch barrages and can only guess with their friends around them. The discussion on the barrage was also lively. Cynthia. This battle should be at the Lily of the Valley conference, before the battle with Trip. Close black lens bracket. Yulongdu. Oh. Why do you say that? Close black lens bracket, Diantha. Are you Bruno? Can't even think of this. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket Bruno. Why are you talking about me? Close black lens bracket, Professor Oak. You can actually tell from Xiaozhi's appearance and clothes. From the first inventory to now, Xiaozhi has changed a total of 4 sets of clothes and is in 4 different regions. Close black lens bracket. Professor Oak. Therefore, it can be concluded that Xiaozhi will change a set of clothes every time he goes to a region. Close black lens bracket. Professor Oak. Now Xiaozhi's appearance is almost the same as when he entered the Unova region just now, which means that Xiaozhi should enter the Unova region not long after this battle. Close black lens bracket. Cynthia. As expected of Professor Oak, your analysis is spot on. Close black lens bracket. Yulongdu looked at the many champions on the side and doubted his own IQ for the first time. Are you devils? Can you analyze so much in such a short time? Even 10 Brunos wouldn't be able to come up with this conclusion, right? Bruno. Are you going to curse again? Du's side job is as a search officer. After some suggestions from others, he can actually come up with this conclusion. It's just that during this period of time, I looked at a lot of inventory and my mind suddenly couldn't turn around. At the beginning, the one who was most wary was him Yulongdu. But now, the thing that fascinates me the most is his Yulongdu. I was on the field just now, everyone actually saw a blue Pokémon in front of the gloomy man with blue hair for a moment. But none of them saw the specific appearance, and everyone focused on trainer. The effect in the picture stopped after giving a close-up of the 2 trainers. Then, a few lines of subtitles popped up on the screen. Inventory of those Pokémon that used their mortal bodies to fight against the gods, too. Advertisement. Battle venue. Sinnoh Alliance, Lily of the Valley conference site, close black lens bracket. Battle object. Xiaozhi Pikachu vs Dacto Latios, close black lens bracket. Everyone in the audience, please start placing your bets. The time limit is 5 minutes, close black lens bracket. Sure enough, it's Pikachu again.
The viewers who watched the review probably guessed that this battle might be Pikachu's battle again.
But when the inventory of Heavenly Path was finalized, it still surprised them. This is the second game. Tiandao inventory showed a total of 2 duels against the gods, and both ended with Xiaozhi and Pikachu. Should I say that Xiaozhi is unlucky and spends all day fighting mythical beasts? Or should we say that Xiaozhi is always lucky to be beaten by mythical beasts?
After all, mythical beasts are known as legendary Pokémon, and normal people may not be able to see them in their lifetime.
And Xiaozhi saw it twice in at least 2 years. What are you betting on this time?
I'm waiting for the guesses of the first-hand champions.
Aren't you afraid that the champion will lie to you again? Ahem. I believe not everyone is as shameless as Miss Diantha. Besides, there is no conflict of interest between us and the champions this time. There is no point in them lying to me. Besides, we don't even know what kind of mythical beast Latios is. Don't we wait for some popular science from professors? That makes sense, I will follow. Many people in the world hold this idea and are waiting for the championship bets and the popular science from professors.
And a very small number of people have already pledged themselves directly. Although Pikachu has already killed a god once, after a special review in the last game. The number of people who trust Pikachu has dropped sharply again.
It is rare for him to explode, but most of the time, he is still the mediocre electric mouse.
Everyone is so convinced. Chapter 18. Pikachu will definitely lose this game. Second update.
Advertisement, Steven. What are your insights this time? Close black lens bracket. Yulongdu. Xiaozhi lost this game. Close black lens bracket, Diantha. Oh. Why? Close black lens bracket.
Yulongdu. Are you Bruno? Can't even think of this. Close black lens bracket.
Open black lens bracket Bruno. Close black lens bracket you have enough. No matter how noisy, why are you using me as a taunt every day? Why has Elite 4 Bruno become a derogatory term now?
Diantha on the side also had her mouth twitching. Good. Hurrah. If it weren't for Tiandao's inventory, Diantha wouldn't have known that Yulongdu was such a vengeful person. Wasn't it because you damaged him on the barrage before? To be so vindictive.
Brandon. I want to hear your conclusion. Watari. Close black lens bracket.
Brandon actually doesn't want to agree with Yulongdu's point of view. After all, if Pikachu loses again, wouldn't it be even more embarrassing for him to be the only divine beast holder that Pikachu defeated? It's just that it's Yulongdu after all. He is not only the champion of Chengdu, but also a well-known investigator.
With his powers of observation, he may have observed something.
Yulongdu. Since you all want to know, I won't keep it secret. From the special review of the last game, we can know that Xiaozhi's Pikachu cannot use Thunder Shock. Close black lens bracket.
Yulongdu. And this battle was before that special inventory. In other words, Pikachu received very serious and irreversible damage in this battle against Latios. Close black lens bracket. Yulongdu. Not only can't I use electric skills, even his own physical strength has been reduced. Close black lens bracket. Du's statement instantly made many champions connect the connection between the two rounds. Thinking about it this way, it does seem to make sense. Diantha. Then why couldn't Pikachu defeat Latios after paying a heavy price? Close black lens bracket.
Yulongdu. Let's see. This is the leverage. Close black lens bracket.
Diantha. Do you believe I will kill you? Close black lens bracket. Yulongdu. Ahem. As for why Pikachu can't defeat Latios, I think Professor Oak can give the answer. Close black lens bracket. Advertisement. Yulongdu decided to give in for a while, not because he was afraid of Diantha. Mainly because he doesn't want to break his face. Yes, I just don't want to break my face. It's definitely not because Diantha and his Gardevoir are watching him eagerly. Professor Oak. Let's talk about the Pokemon Latios first. Close black lens bracket. Latios, known as the Infinite Pokemon, is a legendary Pokemon. He has the ability to perceive the good and evil of human beings, and will be close to kind and righteous humans. Latios doesn't like fighting, but he will fight for those he agrees with. The dual wing beat behind it folds up faster than a jet. The strength cannot be underestimated. Professor Oak. Here comes the most important point. Latios is a super and dragon type Pokemon, and Pikachu is an electric type. Close black lens bracket. Through the science popularization of Professor Oak, audiences around the world are familiar with the Pokemon Latios. And compared it with the Ice God Pillar, they are not on the same level at all. Of course, only for Pikachu. Because Latios is not only a legendary Pokemon, he also has two advantages that the Ice God Pillar does not have. That's the dragon type that has resistance to electric type. You can also fly freely and soaring in the sky, and it's incredibly fast. Although Pikachu is not slow, but compared to jets, you know everything. Now everyone knows why Yulongdu is sure that Pikachu will lose. In the last round, Pikachu defeated the Ice God Pillar through hard work with explosive seeds. But now, Pikachu doesn't have the right time, place, and people. How can you win against Latios, who can fly freely? Alas. Brother Xiaozhi, it's not that we don't support you, it's just that this winning rate isn't worth it. It's not that our will is weak, it's that the enemy is too powerful. Sigh. In order to avoid capsizing in the gutter, I'd better put down half of the points. 300 points. Done. I'll press half of it too. Although everyone in the world thought that Pikachu could not win, they did not dare to search again this time. Betting points are undoubtedly very precious things, so it's better to keep a few of them. Advertisement anyway. Even if you search for everything, how much money can you make? Cynthia. Speaking of which, Dacto, why have I never heard of this person? Could it be some unknown person who would use a mythical beast? Close black lens bracket. Steven. There are many reclusive masters in the world, and it's normal that we can't know them all. Close black lens bracket. Wallace. Yes, for example, Steven plans to pass the championship to me after this territory championship and go into seclusion. This guy. I just think about digging rocks every day. Close black lens bracket. Steven. Ahem, don't say that, I'm doing archaeology. Archaeology, close black lens bracket. Diantha. Okay, let's argue later. Who are you going to bet on? Close black lens bracket. Emperor Dan. Xiaozhi. Close black lens bracket, Alder. Xiaozhi. Close black lens bracket, Yulongdu. Close black lens bracket. Are you crazy? I have just analyzed so many principles for you. Are you still suppressing Xiaozhi? Going to send money. Dandy. I don't know if Xiaozhi can win or not, but I like his character of never giving up, and the infinite possibilities of his Pikachu. So I wanted to take a gamble. Close black lens bracket. Alder. Ha ha ha, heroes think alike. Close black lens bracket. Giovanni, who was on the plane at this time, looked at the barrage's speech with a sneer on his lips. These champions have nothing to be afraid of. Having those meaningless emotions makes it difficult to achieve success. Now it is obviously better to suppress the trainer named Dacto. Giovanni. Search them all and enter Dacto. As for the normal Pokemon I just thought about, it can also defeat gods.
That's his Beedrill trust in himself. He was certain that Beedrill had the ability to kill gods. As for that Pikachu, it's just a miracle. Losing to Snivy is the best proof.
Chapter 19. The Terror of Latios. One move and it's done. Third update. Advertisement in Oak Research Laboratory. A spiky-headed boy was looking intently at the screen in front of him. He is Xiaozhi's current biggest rival, Gary. He watched Xiaozhi's 2 reviews, and even he didn't expect that Xiaozhi would grow to that point in the future.
He and Xiaozhi have been fighting together since childhood, and he knows Xiaozhi's potential very well.
If there is a wise man in the world, it must be Gary. For Xiaozhi, he despised him in words but valued him in actions.
So he was one of the few people who didn't bet on Xiaozhi in the first game.
And this third game. To be honest, after watching the special inventory, even Gary didn't have the confidence to bet on Xiaozhi. But after thinking about the possibility of Pikachu, Gary decided to go for it with $1,000, take a gamble. Xiaozhi. It's rare for me to be optimistic about you, don't let me down. Xiaozhi, are you still pushing yourself this time? Of course. Although Pikachu usually acts sometimes, I believe that in key games, he will definitely explode with amazing power.
How much do you press? 30,000, maybe.
Xiaozhi is actually very similar to putting all the points up, but Xiaobing listed a lot of ingredients for him. There are also a lot of materials that can improve the taste of Pokemon and flowers and plants that can increase the intensity of Pokemon training. Let Xiaozhi have to save part of the points for purchases.
The total points of the 3 of them are 120,000, excluding the miscellaneous things they bought. There are only 30,000 people who can press it up.
Xiaobing and Misty looked at each other and counted up to 10,000 points. They still decided to believe Xiaozhi. Zhaozhidui. Togepi growled without realizing it. Are you going to continue to suppress the little devil this time? Nonsense. This is Pikachu. The ultimate Pokemon we have been looking for. He will definitely not let us down. Then, let's go all in. Nonsense. Advertisement. At Jesse's urging, James added the remaining 10,000 points. Why are there 10,000 points left? Of course they used it to buy a lot of solid metal. This is an important material they use to create props for capturing Pikachu. You must spend some money, soon. The betting results came out, 82%, 18%. This time there were many more people suppressing Xiaozhi than last time. After all, the first impression of Pikachu was so impressive, even if you become a movie star in the second scene. There's no way to completely cover up the image of Lucas in Pikachu's first scene. The bets are over and the counting of the second game has officially begun. The scene continued to play, and a Pokemon that looked like a jet was floating in front of the man named Dacto. Streamlined body, the back half of the body is blue. He has wings like jet wings, feet like fins, and a red triangular pattern on his chest. That's the infinite Pokemon, Latios, but the field in front of Xiaozhi was empty. On the screen, you can actually see a screen in the middle, which shows the victory or defeat of the Pokemon on both sides. It's just that screen, Lorelei. Why does the screen have to be mosaic? Close black lens bracket. Catalia. Maybe. Leave a little suspense. Close black lens bracket. Catalia is one of the Elite Four in the Unova region, and she is a super elite. This time, Latios had a super attribute, which aroused her interest, and she, who had been dive, also started to post comments. Dandy. It's begun. Close black lens bracket. Everyone turned their attention from the display to the battlefield. At this time, Xiaozhi's venue was empty, and he didn't know it was just opening. Or, several Pokemon have already been defeated by the other party. The decision is yours, Swellow. Tear it apart. A dark blue swallow flew out of the Pokeball and soared high into the sky. Steven. Oh, this is the home bird of our region, but, didn't you say this was Pikachu's battle? Why Swellow? Close black lens bracket. After Xiaozhi released Swellow, the battle in the picture began. After a chase in the air, Xiaozhi seized the opportunity to release Aerial Ace, but Latios turned around in an instant and used his exclusive skill on Spearow. Clean and shiny. Advertisement pink light Liz condensed in front of Latios' mouth, before Spearow aerial ace attacked. The clean glow has been blasted through. A direct hit on Spearow coming from aerial ace. After the smoke dissipated, Spearow fell to the ground helplessly. One move. With just one move, Spearow was instantly killed. Steven. What a terrifying power, it feels. Stronger than Brandon's Ice Pillar, close black lens bracket. You Longdu. From my perspective, that Spearow breeder is already quite good, and Spearow is a notoriously tough Pokémon. He actually fell under the clean luster with just one move. The strength of this Latios is unfathomable, close black lens bracket. In the picture, Spearow was seen dizzy, and the referee also decided that Dacto had won. At this time, a commentary voice appeared. Oh my god, Dacto's Latios also showed great strength. Player Xiaozhi now only has one Pokémon left. How will he deal with it? 1. In other words, Xiaozhi is now cornered. Rivals Latios basically didn't take any damage at all. On the other hand, Xiaozhi, there is only one Pokémon left, and combined with the title, that Pokémon must be Pikachu. Day. Unfortunately, it seems that Xiaozhi's conference trip ends here, close black lens bracket. Dacto in the video also said the same words as Day. It seems. The next battle is the last battle. Xiaozhi gritted his teeth, lowered his head, and put Spearow back into the Pokeball. Xiaogang, Don and others in the audience were all cheering for Xiaozhi. And Xiaozhi. Thank you Spearow, we haven't lost yet. This is not the last one. He has not lost his fighting spirit. Even though there was only one Pikachu left, he didn't think he would lose. The final blow is yours Pikachu, we won't fall here.
Xiaozhi turned the brim of his hat to the back. This is something he only does when he is very serious.
Pikapi. We absolutely want to win. Xiaozhi and Pikachu each occupy half of the screen. It can be seen from the close-up that the flame of struggle is still shining in their eyes. Chapter 20. The suppressed Pikachu. An unexpected figure in the audience, please give me flowers. Advertisement Xiaozhi and Pikachu's passionate actions also made audiences around the world excited. It's a pity. If this scene was shown before placing bets, I would definitely beat Xiaozhi. Me too. I won't say whether I win or not, I think we need to support this. Alas, although I won by overpowering Doc, I hope Xiaozhi can win. Don't panic, I'm telling you, I'm famous for betting on dogs. I lose wherever I bet, this time I bet on Doc more. Brother, can you tell me what you are going to do next time? I will do the opposite with you. Alder. Well done Shotaro. No matter what kind of desperate situation we face, no matter what kind of difficulties we face, your spirit of never giving up is your greatest weapon, close black lens bracket. Dandy. No matter whether Xiaozhi loses or wins this time, he will at least be in the same position as me in the future, close black lens bracket. Dandy's comments made everyone in the world watching the barrage instantly burst into uproar. The same position as Dan Emperor? Where is the position of Dan Emperor? The supreme champion of Galar. I have never experienced failure since my debut. In this 8 Masters competition, Dan Emperor is also the man who ranks first among the 8 Masters. Although the 8th Master competition has not started yet, everyone must have played against each other before the 8th Master. Even though they didn't use their trump cards, but, no matter what, Dan Emperor is now number 1. He is also one of the most favorable winners of the World Championship. And now, he actually said that a teenage boy will definitely grow up to be like him in the future. Even if Pikachu is very magical, this statement is too exaggerated. Yulongdu. Huge. I didn't expect you would give such a high evaluation, Dan Emperor, close black lens bracket. Cynthia. I also think Xiaozhi will definitely become a powerful trainer in the future, as strong as a champion, close black lens bracket. Xiaozhi. I'm not as good as everyone says, close black lens bracket. Gary. I really can't stand it anymore. The champions are talking about your future. What sense of presence are you showing now? You are now just a person who has a very difficult time even entering the Indigo Plateau Conference, close black lens bracket. Smelly Gary. Don't stop me, I'm going to fight him to the end. Misty and Xiaogang held Xiaozhi aside and refused to let him use the speak button. Calm down, Brother G, calm down. Just think of this as a joke. There is no need to take it seriously. That's right. Why are you so serious with Gary? Is it the first day you met him? The game continues. After Xiaogang's reminder, Xiaozhi was no longer in the mood to argue with Gary. Advertisement what's playing now is his battle with Pikachu. I'll settle the score with that guy after the game is over. In the screen Xiaozhi directs Pikachu to take the lead in attacking. Pikachu, quick attack, pick up. The light converged on Pikachu's body, and its short limbs suddenly stepped out, like an arrow from a string, shooting out normal. Get away, oh, facing the thundering Pikachu, Latios just turned sideways and dodged the quick attack. It's not over yet, Pikachu, high voltage thunder shock. Xiaozhi chased after him, and with the second attack he directly unleashed Pikachu's biggest trick, high voltage thunder shock. It's high voltage thunder shock. The trick that killed the ice god pillar instantly. I don't know what kind of effect I can get from facing Latios this time. In the first review, Pikachu used high-pressure Thunder Shock, just like the coming of the Thunder God. Normal killed the Ice God pillar with full health. So most viewers have already regarded Pikachu's high-pressure Thunder Shock as God's normal skill. As long as it is used, it will definitely cause horrific damage. After receiving Xiaozhi's order, Pikachu tapped one foot on the ground, turned around, and then suddenly exerted force on his limbs. Violent golden thunder and lightning covered Pikachu's body. Pikachu rushes towards Latios with lightning speed. Giga Impact. Clara quickly issued instructions, and Latios also turned around in midair. Purple power wraps around Latios, spinning like a vortex normal. Gold and purple light collide. Contrary to the expectations of everyone around the world, Pikachu was directly knocked out during the confrontation. Fortunately, the power of the high-voltage Thunder Shock cushioned it a lot. Advertisement: Pikachu spun twice in midair and barely landed on the ground. There were already a lot of injuries on his body. This is too powerful, isn't it, Latios? The high-pressure Thunder Shock that can instantly kill the Ice God pillar is completely unable to compete with the impact of billions of tons. Is it because Mr. Brandon's Regice is weak? It's possible that Latios is much stronger than the Ice God pillar in terms of momentum. It's fast and powerful. It's completely different from the bulky and weak legendary Pokémon like Ice God pillar. How could there be such a handsome Latios in Shell Smash Dream? If Brandon knew the conversation between the passers-by, Gaoluo would take out the other two divine pillars and crush them to death. His divine pillar is not weak. Okay. Oolong do. It seems. The gap in strength is even bigger than imagined. Close black lens bracket. Diantha. Pikachu should be far away this time. Latios' advantage is too great. Close black lens bracket. Catalia. That's right, Latios, who has superpower and air superiority, is not the one Pikachu can touch. Close black lens bracket. Dandy. Really? I feel like Xiaozhi has no intention of admitting defeat. Close black lens bracket. Just as Dan Emperor said, even if he was strong at the beginning, the fighting spirit in Xiaozhi's eyes did not weaken at all. At this time, the camera suddenly turned to the audience. Shot of two people in a Meowth entering the screen. This sudden change made everyone in the world stunned. Why? The camera was suddenly changed. The Rockets trio standing next to the Indigo Plateau Conference immediately started shouting when they saw the figure on the screen. Hey, isn't that us? We have entered the country? Of course, NYA, after all, wherever there is Pikachu, there are us, NYA. It's just, why do we seem to be selling something?
At this time, Giovanni has returned to the Rockets headquarters, and there will be an inventory screen wherever there are people.
So even though Giovanni has returned to Rocket Hideout, he is still looking at the inventory situation. After seeing the Rockets trio, Giovanni was stunned. Why are these three idiots here? Chapter 21. We can win, right, Pikachu? 5th update. Advertisement: the Rockets trio are inextricably linked to Giovanni. Otherwise, how could they still be in Team Rocket without doing any tasks? Even though they were enjoying themselves outside and using the name of Team Rocket, Giovanni didn't pay any attention to them. These three people, no one except Giovanni knew what was special about them. They all regard them as the bottom members of Team Rocket. Boss Giovanni, these three people are not. Ariana, one of the Rocket's 4 executives, asked with some confusion. She seems to have a little impression about this trio. They basically failed in everything they did. But he never gets discouraged, and he is considered a successful person in the world of failure. Ignore them. Pay attention to the mythical beasts that appear inside. If Tiandao takes stock of the mythical beasts near Guangdong, you can follow the clues to find them. Hearing this, Ariana was stunned for a moment, then cupped her fists and complimented Giovanni. As expected of Boss Giovanni, while others are still paying attention to the rewards of Tiandao inventory, Boss, you have already set your sights on the Sea of Stars. Giovanni remained non-committal, his eyes continuing to stare at the screen playing the video. The little devil seems to be in crisis. Jessie saw the tense atmosphere on the court. She couldn't help but become nervous, picked up a bottle of drink in front of her and drank it. Pikachu doesn't look like Latios' rival, James on the side also said cateringly. What are you talking about, NYA? Do you think Pikachu only has this strength? We have personally experienced that terrifying strength countless times. Under the gaze of viewers around the world, Meowth on the screen spoke. Oolong do. I am not wrong, right? Close black lens bracket, Diantha. Did I hear you correctly? Close black lens bracket. Bruno. Is my eyesight bad? Why'd I seem to see that Meowth talking? Close black lens bracket. Dandy. It's been a long time since I've seen you. I actually met talking Pokémon when I was traveling, but they all use the telepathy skill. This was the first time I saw a Pokémon that could directly speak human language. Close black lens bracket. Advertisement: Professor Oak. Hi, I really want to study that Meowth. Close black lens bracket. Professor Birch. The talking Meowth is even rarer than the mythical beast. At least the mythical beasts have appeared before, while the talking Meowth never has. Close black lens bracket. Xiaozhi. Why did the Rockets trio appear up there, close black lens bracket? Yulongdu. Huh? Are they from Team Rocket? Close black lens bracket. Without waiting for Dude to ask for details, the screen switched back to Xiaozhi's side again. As Meowth said, Pikachu's strength is more than that. Pikachu, Thunderbolt, Pikachu. The saffron-colored spark pierced the sky, while Latios kept dodging in the air. 3 or 4 rounds of Thunderbolt came down, but the Thunderbolt did not hurt Latios at all. His speed is so fast, ordinary attacks are impossible to hit. Latios, Encore Gigaton Impact. Oh, the purple energy light covers Latios' body again. Then he rushed towards Pikachu like a cheetah normal. Look for the right moment. It's now. Get out of the way. Pick up. Pikachu used his strong skills to dodge Latios' special move with a jump. Okay. Now, Pika. What? Use Iron Tail to defend. After using Gigaton Impact, the Pokémon itself will be stiffened. However, Latios did not stop at all after he charged forward and the energy dissipated from his body. The purple light covered him again. He spun around and rushed towards Pikachu, who was still in midair. Xiaozhi can only hastily let Pikachu use Iron Tail to defend. Boom. How can Iron Tail's power compare to a billion-ton impact? Pikachu was sent flying dozens of meters away, hit the edge of the field. Advertisement, but he still didn't fall down and stood up with difficulty. Xiaozhi. Big crisis. Alchemy Emperor. It is indeed a legendary beast. After using such a great trick as a billion-ton impact, it didn't even freeze at all. Close black lens bracket. Yulongdu. My Dragonite is already very proficient in Hyper Beam, but there is still no way to completely cancel the stiffness. Is this the power of the divine beast? Diantha. Compared to this, Xiaozhi looks like he's already losing. Pikachu really tried his best in this round. Close black lens bracket. Cynthia. Yes, Pikachu is on full fire now. He even persisted in standing up even after being hit by the opponent's 2 billion tons. Compared with his performance in the last game, it is a world of difference. Close black lens bracket. Denji. No, it's not over yet. Pikachu's strength has not yet reached the level of the battle against the Ice God Pillar. Close black lens bracket. Electronic Times. Didn't Professor Oak say that? Pikachu will respond to Xiaozhi's wishes and become stronger and stronger during the battle. If it can be stronger. There is still a chance. Close black lens bracket. Professor Oak. Just be afraid. The other party won't give Pikachu time. Close black lens bracket. As Professor Oak said, even if Pikachu becomes stronger as he fights. But if the other party doesn't inspire Pikachu at all, then even Pikachu can't do anything. Latios is not a bulky beast like Regice. Its flexibility makes it impossible for Pikachu to hit him even if he uses quick attack. Therefore, if Pikachu continues to receive damage continuously, I'm afraid the outcome of this game will be. We're going to win. Right, Pikachu? Xiaozhi looked at himself with beads of sweat on his face and murmured to Pikachu beside him. Perhaps, even Xiaozhi began to waver, but Pikachu. Pikapi. Pikachu. On Xiaozhi's shoulders, Pikachu danced, expressing only one meaning. I am number 1 in the world. I will definitely take you flying. Haha. That's right, Pikachu. We will win. Whether it's us on the screen or our game tomorrow. Xiaozhi regained his strength after being encouraged by Pikachu. He watched the video that continued to play above attentively. Chapter 22. Xiaozhi seizes the opportunity. A fierce confrontation with God, asking for flower reviews. Advertisement in the screen. Dacto looked at the panting Pikachu, feeling that it was almost over. So he shouted loudly. Let this kid's Union Road fall Veilstone, Latios, clean and shiny. Oh, I'm not going down here. Pikachu, Thunderbolt. Pikachu. Clean Gloss is Latios' exclusive skill, and its powerful power has been demonstrated just now. Xiaozhi Breeder's very good Swellow was instantly killed in one move. Now, Xiaozhi chooses to use Thunderbolt to compete head-on.
For Pikachu, whose physical strength has been exhausted a lot, it is really not a wise choice.
Denji. Pikachu should get out of the way here. If he loses the collision skill again this time, Pikachu really has no chance. Close black lens bracket. Golden Spark and Pink Energy Rays are tackled together. Evenly matched. The two forces came to a stalemate, and finally an explosion occurred. The field was filled with smoke, and no one could see clearly what was happening above. Unexpectedly, Pikachu, who had received so much damage, still had such strength. Dacto was also surprised, but after all, it was just a dying struggle. Latios. Fly out of the smoke. Use Psychic to blow the smoke away. As long as it holds high altitude, Latios cannot lose. Oh, Latios flew out of the smoke, but, flying out with him was Pikachu behind him. What? When? Very well, Pikachu, keep using Thunder like this. Thunder is a powerful electric skill, but the activation speed of this skill is not fast, and the whereabouts of Bolt Strike are only 1 point. It is completely different from the Thunderbolt released from Pikachu that can be targeted by Solacean. However, if Latios is on his back, use Pikachu as a lightning rod. Thunder will definitely hit, Advertisement, it's all realistic, so we won't make silly settings like those 4 moves. You can use whatever you can learn. Soaring in the sky, the wind and clouds changed color, and the blue sky and white clouds were instantly covered by dark clouds. Dakota's expression changed, and his voice that had been so steady finally showed some fluctuations. Hurry up and throw him off. Hold on tight, Pikachu. Pick up. Pikachu's 2 short hands tightly grasped Latios' fur. Fortunately, Latios' hair was stable, otherwise he would have been thrown off. Boom. After a few seconds, Latios failed to throw Pikachu off, and the thunder in the sky started. Thunder and lightning as thick as a bucket suddenly fell, straight up hits for Pikachu and Latios. This is the lightning caused by Pikachu, and he only acts as a conductor. Naturally, there is no harm to it, but that is not the case for Latios. Oh, Latios groaned in pain. This is the first time he has been hit by a skill since he came on the scene. Thunderbolt. It still took a long time to activate Thunder, and Pikachu didn't know how long he could hold on to Latios' back. So Xiaozhi immediately decided to use the extremely fast Thunderbolt. Pikachu. The saffron-colored spark is constantly flashing. Sexy Pikachu, online electrotherapy. Bruno, Turtle, you can find an opportunity here, close black lens bracket. Cynthia. Is this Xiaozhi, an unexpected player, close black lens bracket. Yulongdu. Although Xiaozhi found a little chance, it cannot be denied that Pikachu's physical strength is running out now. As long as he is hit one more time, he will definitely fall. The situation is still not good now, close black lens bracket. Lorelei. Watari. Why do you always badmouth Pikachu? Is it because you suppressed Dacto? Close black lens bracket? Yulongdu. Fart. I am being pragmatic. Okay. Do I care about those 600 betting points? Close black lens bracket? Dandy. Reasonable discussion. Now Pikachu at least has a chance to turn defeat into victory, as long as he persists. Close black lens bracket. Advertisement, Xiaozhi. Didn't you notice? Pikachu seems to be shining brighter, close black lens bracket. Alder. Ahem, let me translate it for you. What Zawar means is, Pikachu's power has increased, close black lens bracket. As the champion of the Unova region, Alder naturally knows how the gym leader of his region speaks. After Alder's reminder, viewers around the world also discovered that it seems that Pikachu's power is gradually increasing. Good guy, Pikachu only takes action in critical games, right? I treat the newbie Snivy submissively, but I fight hard against the legendary beast. Kill me, Pikachu, use light screen, oh. Dakota responded quickly. After using light screen, Pikachu's Thunderbolt was only a quarter of its power. Even if you get hit, it won't hurt. Pikachu, keep Thunderbolt. Pikachu. The huge golden spark shines again, but this time the effect is not significant. Even Thunderbolt with increased power cannot do any damage to Latios with light screen turned on. Latios, use the spinning attack to throw him down. Oh, after receiving the command, Latios' body glowed with snow-white light and his wings on both sides folded. Spinning and soaring in the sky very fast. In just a few seconds, I went back and forth 5 times in soaring in the sky. Pikachu, people are going to faint. The 2 hands holding the fur gradually became unable to hold on and wanted to let go. Don't give in, Encore Thunderbolt, Pikachu. The 2 sides began to compete for endurance. Let's see whether Pikachu stuns Latios first or Latios stuns Pikachu first. The fierce battle in the video made all the elite champions tighten their hands. After Pikachu used 3 or 4 Thunderbolts, the situation on the field finally changed. Chapter 23. High-pressure Thunder Shock kills gods for the second time. The gold content of Pikachu is the best in the world. Advertisement. Pikachu had already used up a lot of energy. Coupled with the continuous Thunderbolt and Thunder, his physical strength has bottomed out. Once again, Latios' rapid dive, Pikachu couldn't hold on any longer, let go of his hands, and fell down. Latios, turn back and apply the final cleansing gloss. Dakota was sure that this move would end the battle. Latios, who was diving rapidly, had already reached the ground, and then turned around quickly. And Pikachu is still sky-dropping in midair. At this time, pink energy particles have gathered in Latios' mouth. Then, boom. The pink energy beam exploded away. Waves of sun flames were rolled up in the void by its terrifying energy. Faced with such a horrific attack, everyone's hearts tightened. Pikachu. Is he going to lose? Even Alchemy Emperor didn't know how to deal with such a situation. At this time, Pikachu was in midair with no way to dodge. Using Thunderbolt. But now that Pikachu uses Thunderbolt, it's impossible to get it too clean and shiny. There is a problem that none of the champions can solve, and Xiaozhi in the picture gives the answer. Pikachu, use high-voltage Thunder Shock like this, go ahead. Pika. 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 Pikachu was originally in a panic, but immediately calmed down after receiving Xiaozhi's instructions. He adjusted his position with a somersault in midair. Then with a stroke of his hands, his whole body was wrapped in saffron-colored spark. The terrifying spark takes up most of soaring in the sky. Dionji. Here it comes. This feeling is even worse than when I fought against Mr. Brandon, close black lens bracket. Xiaozhi. That's right, it's this sparkling light. This is the real Pikachu, close black lens bracket. Regice. I didn't expect that baby Pokemon I was fighting against could actually grow to such an extent, close black lens bracket. Under the spotlight, Pikachu's high-pressure Thundershock and Latios' clean gloss tackled together. The moment the solid and powerful pink light touched the high-voltage Thundershock, it was cut into 5 or 6 parts and scattered in all directions. Pikachu's limbs slide in midair as if his feet are on ground normal. Advertisement. His body kept moving forward as he roared. Labor and management are fighting with you. A silent cry sounded in Pikachu's heart. The golden spark on its body has grown a bit bigger again. The voltage also becomes higher. Boom! The high-pressure Thundershock broke through the clean luster and hit Latios directly on the head. The huge impact knocked Latios' entire body into the ground. Alliance's stadium was hit with a huge hole. Very good, Pikachu, use Orberg tail. Shoo! Pika! The golden spark on Pikachu's body instantly dissipated, and the tail on his back turned into a metal look. Turning around, Orberg's tail hit Latios on the head with terrifying force. The entire stadium shook, and the floors cracked. Pikachu was half lying on the ground, panting, while Latios' eyes were spinning and he lost the ability to fight. Pikachu, the second slayer of gods. P.S. The original plot has been modified here. I know they all die together, but I have already written fanfiction. Is it reasonable for me to brag about the skin god? Dacto is ridiculous and gives him a little skin god. Shocking. At the end of the scene, Dacto's eyes were dazed and there were many beads of sweat on his head. Xiaozhi, on the other hand, clenched his hands into fists and looked excited. Yulongdu. I am not Sister Lee. What kind of operation is this? Is this Pikachu? Close black lens bracket. Diantha. I don't understand either. What kind of Pikachu is this? Isn't this the god of thunder and lightning dressed in Pikachu's appearance? Close black lens bracket. Cynthia. Xiaozhi and Pikachu once again exceeded their limits. Unexpectedly, among the 2 counts of killing gods, Pikachu has already accounted for it twice. Close black lens bracket. Xiaozhi. Professor Oak, where did you pick up this Pikachu? I want to pick one up too. It's so sparkly. Close black lens bracket.
Professor Oak. I met this by chance in the wild, not long before the novices received Pokémon. Maybe this is the fate of Pikachu and Xiaozhi. It is precisely because of them that such power can be generated. Close black lens bracket.
Alder. Ha ha ha, let me tell you, Shotaro will not let me down. Close black lens bracket. Dandy. Hi, I received 6,000 betting points without any surprises. You don't need to be too envious. Close black lens bracket. At Team Rocket headquarters, Giovanni almost gave his chair to Crush Grip. How come this Pikachu defeated a mythical beast again?
Wasn't it a coincidence that he defeated Regice last time?
Advertisement, damn it, his 600 betting points. Archer and others on the side did not dare to say anything. In fact, they were also very angry. Everyone's betting points are gone, but the boss is angry. They can't offend old Hideki again. Well done, Xiaozhi. This is the only good thing you have done in these years. After Gary saw Pikachu's victory, he happily slapped the table. He gained 10,000 betting points, although he can't buy anything yet. But it's already an extremely happy thing if you win. It's worth believing in the possibility of Xiaozhi and Pikachu. Everyone in the world. Send. Many people have a message in their hearts, and many people are actually not optimistic about Pikachu. But during the competition, Xiaozhi's spirit of never giving up, and Pikachu's tenacious will drew them in. Let them involuntarily start cheering for Xiaozhi. Cheers for Pikachu. And now that the game is over, their heads are gradually coming over from the smelling salts. Damn it, this is what is called losing money and winning happiness? Be more open-minded, like I was very open-minded from the beginning. If Xiaozhi loses, I will get points with tears in my eyes. If Xiaozhi wins, even though I lose points, but the player I support wins, I will be just as happy. Let's talk about it. Can't it be a win-win situation? Like me, I get both money and happiness. Because of the Tiandao inventory, many people around the world began to gather in groups to watch it with their friends. After accepting it, you can watch this thing as a movie or TV.
In that case, how boring it would be to be alone.
Of course, I want to find my friends together. 95% of the people in the world are unable to launch barrages, and they still feel unhappy about the complaints in their hearts. That's the point of watching it with friends. So the above conversations are happening all over the world. Some people are happy betting on Xiaozhi, and some are still happy even if they lose points betting on Dacto. Only a few dog gamblers, Pokemon haters, and poaching gangs would care too much about betting points. Chapter 24. Learn God killing Thundershock in advance. Redeem for a large space backpack. Please give me flowers. Advertisement. Pikachu vs Latios. Pikachu wins. Close black lens bracket. Deduction of competitive points for everyone who bets on Latios' victory. An ethereal voice sounded, like the whispers of hell. Amid the lamentations and sighs of the crowd, 80% of the people in the world had their points reset to 0 again. And many people who bet on Xiaozhi received a tenfold increase in points. Of course, the odds now are not as good as they were at the beginning, but 10 times is not a small amount. Xiaozhi got 30,000 points, Misty and Xiaobing each got 10,000 points, and Team Rocket got 10,000 points. In other words, the Xiaozhi trio now have a total of 550,000 points. The original one has not been spent yet. The Rockets trio has 100,000 points. What does it mean to get rich overnight? This is called getting rich overnight. No, it should be revenge in less than an hour. Hey, Misty Xiaobing, we have a lot of points. What can we exchange for? Xiaozhi has already begun to browse the store excitedly. There were many different things in it that he didn't even recognize. You can see stars twinkling in his eyes. For children, new things are always attractive. 10-year-old Xiaozhi can be considered a child. Pikachu. Pikachu was dancing happily, saying that he was in C in both games. He should be given a lot of points to buy things, like some tomato-flavored Pokémon food. There are also tomato-flavored energy cubes, Pikachu special bicycles and other toys. For Teacher Dappy, these are novel things that he has never seen before. He wants to buy it. Wait a minute Xiaozhi, let's buy this first. This thing is convenient. Xiaobing clicked on an object on his screen, and Misty Xiaozhi came over curiously. Large space backpack. Invulnerable, with 100,000 cubic meters of space inside. It can be imprinted with personal marks. Up to 3 people can be tagged. After marking, only the reporter can use the backpack freely. The reporter can clearly sense the location of the backpack and prevent others from stealing it. The reporter can change the layout of the backpack with Solucian, and everything except living things can be stored. Close black lens bracket. Advertisement, price. 300,000 betting points, wow, is there such a thing? Xiaozhi and Misty's eyes lit up. The Pokemon world has space technology, otherwise there would be no such thing as Pokeball and Pokeball teleportation. However, if its space technology is applied to daily life, it can only make a small space backpack. There is approximately 1 cubic meter of space inside the backpack. Not only is that kind of backpack expensive, but because of its rarity, it is often stolen in the wild. Compared with this large space backpack, it is completely different. Pikachu doesn't understand, what's the use of this thing? This thing can store all your favorite toys, food, etc. Pikachu. Buy him. Among the 3 people present, only Xiaozhi has 300,000 points, so it is natural for Xiaozhi to take the lead. Xiaobing and Misty also agreed that if Xiaozhi likes something, they can use their points. The trio has been traveling together for so long, and they already have great trust in each other. Then I'll change it. Xiaozhi had just finished exchanging his backpack when the ethereal voice sounded again on Soaring in the Sky. The winner Pikachu can get additional rewards from Tiandao inventory, close black lens bracket. Reward Pikachu's new skills. High voltage Thunder Shock, Electro Web, Electro Ball, Iron Tail, Thunder Wave, Zap Cannon. Close black lens bracket. A colorful light fell from the sky and covered Pikachu on Xiaozhi's shoulder. When Xiaozhi and others closed their eyes because of the dazzling light. Pikachu has acquired the skill to master it all. When Xiaozhi opened his eyes, the light had disappeared. And there are traces of electricity coming out of the electric capsules on Pikachu's cheeks. Pikachu, have you learned the skills on the previous screen? The skills used by Pikachu in the previous Tiandao inventory made Xiaozhi envious for a long time. Advertisement. It's a pity that Pikachu doesn't want to learn it in a short while. What's more, Xiaozhi doesn't know how to learn those skills. Now Tiandao directly allows Pikachu to learn a lot of new skills, saved him a lot of effort. Pikachu patted himself proudly and said it was absolutely fine. Okay, use high voltage Thunder Shock on me, Misty Xiaobing. When I type this question mark, it's not that I have a problem, but that I think you have a problem. After receiving Xiaozhi's instructions, Pikachu stepped aside without hesitation. Violent electricity wraps around its small body. Hey, Xiaozhi, you can't, right? Come on Pikachu. The golden spark flashed across, and with a running start, Pikachu hit Xiaozhi. Knock it flying dozens of meters away. This terrifying movement also attracted the attention of people around here. Isn't this Xiaozhi? It's Xiaozhi. Wow, it's really Xiaozhi. It's Xiaozhi from the inventory. I didn't expect to see a real person, then, isn't it Pikachu over there? I want to touch Pikachu. The existence of Xiaozhi and others has been exposed. Now even the champions may not be as famous as Xiaozhi and Pikachu. After Xiaozhi suffered the high voltage Thunder Shock, he slowly stood up holding his stomach. Very good power, Pikachu. Huh? Do you know me? Xiaobing Misty looked at Xiaozhi who had nothing wrong except for the clothes on his belly that were slightly scorched. He secretly classified it into the category of monster. Is this the power of Mega's true rookie? I've seen it. Chapter 25. The first day of review is over and the Indigo Plateau Conference is about to begin. 4th update. Novel image. Advertisement. In front of the Indigo Plateau Conference venue, Xiaozhi and Pikachu, who had received awards, were surrounded by a group of people. Xiaozhi also didn't expect that he would be so famous now. Pikachu was also surrounded by stars. A little afraid of strangers, he directly started the electrotherapy form. Yulongdu. Xiaozhi has received many good rewards again. With so many skills, it should save you quite a bit of training time. Close black lens bracket. Dandy. If I thought it might take 10 years for Xiaozhi to stand in front of me before, now I think it will only take 5 years at most. Close black lens bracket. Cynthia. 5-year champion, Emperor Dan, you didn't reach the championship level at the age of 15, right? Close black lens bracket. Dandy. Yes, I only became the champion of Galar when I was 16 years old, but I think Xiaozhi has this potential. Close black lens bracket. Alder. Chitaro is the best trainer I have seen in recent years. Alas, if he was better in Unova region, I wouldn't have to worry about having no successor. Close black lens bracket. Diantha. By the way, where is Xiaozhi now? Close black lens bracket. Lorelei. I happened to see him when I was passing by the Indigo Plateau Conference venue, and now he is enjoying the stardom. Close black lens bracket. Lorelei. Oops, something seems a little bad. Xiaozhi's Pikachu stunned everyone. I'll go take care of it first. Close black lens bracket. Champions. What a coincidence. This happened to Lorelei. Speaking of the Indigo Plateau Conference, Watanabe and Professor Oak seem to have said they rushed back today just for the opening of the Indigo Plateau Conference tomorrow. Professor Oak, if you don't mind, can I play Kanto with you? Emperor Dan touched his head and grinned. He wanted to see that boy with his own eyes. I want to visit him too. Do you mind coming with me, Professor Oak? Cynthia also said softly. She was also very curious about Xiaozhi. What does that boy who created 3 miracles look like now? Take me one. I am coming too. In the end, all the champions here chose to go to Kanto region to meet Xiaozhi. Stop by and check out the Indigo Plateau Conference in Kanto region. As for the Elite Four, when the champion is gone, someone will have to hold the place in his own alliance, right? Of course it has to be the Elite Four. So many Elite Four looked at their champion with resentful eyes. Advertisement, they also want to see it. Go, everyone go. Haha, Xiaozhi also admires you powerful trainers. Professor Oak naturally welcomes all comers, so many champions come to Kanto. It's also a huge boost to Kanto's reputation. Today's Tiandao inventory ends here and will start again at 5 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Close black lens bracket. During this period, the barrage list will remain open, and the giant screen will be closed. Please look forward to tomorrow's review. Close black lens bracket. These 2 lines of subtitles popped up on all the screens in the world. Today the Tiandao inventory came suddenly and released 3 unheard of battles. There are god-killing battles and movie king battles, the protagonist of which is that Pikachu. Everyone was wary of him from the beginning and watched with relief. It can be said that Tiandao inventory has brought a lot of new fun to the world. There are many more possibilities. The power it displays cannot even be compared to that of a mythical beast. Now that the time has just reached the afternoon, today's inventory has ended. Perhaps this is also to prevent the world from becoming chaotic. Otherwise such interesting things will continue to play. There are also generous rewards and quizzes. Everyone in the Pokemon world has to stop working, and the champions have to go on strike. How can the world not be in chaos? Yulongdu looked at the gradually dimming screen and said with some unfinished meaning. We only took stock of 3 battles. One of them was a special stocktaking. Is it over like this? What's the rush? There's still tomorrow. We can go over to Kanto to see Xiaozhi and the others right now. Diantha said, already starting to shake people to get their luggage. This time I go to Kanto and I probably won't come back until the Indigo Plateau Conference is over. You'd better bring some change of clothes with you. Professor Oak, have you booked a flight? Or, oops, the plane has timed out. Let me see what the next flight is. At Dandy's reminder, Professor Oak slapped his head, took out his mobile phone and started looking for the next flight. No, Professor Oak, use our private jet. If there are this number of people, I'll order a few more. Zifuki Steven looked at everyone present and said something shocking. Advertisement: he is the champion of the Hoenn region and the heir to the largest plutocrat in the Hoenn region. A few private jets are just a drop in the bucket for him. Well, since Steven Champion is a friendly sponsor, we have to be respectful and obey. In this way, a group of champions decided to go to Kanto. It's still some time before Steven's private plane arrives. So they began to discuss the second god-killing battle just now. Pikachu seemed to be getting stronger and stronger just now. And that talking Meowth, is he a new breed? Xiaozhi seems to say that Meowth is from Team Rocket. Everyone started to discuss it, and on the other side. In the lobby of the Pokemon Center, Xiaozhi and Xiaogang were sitting next to each other. Opposite them was Misty, another woman with a mature appearance and a stunning beauty. Her burgundy hair was tied into a ponytail, and she had a pair of orange eyes under black-rimmed glasses. Before standing up, it was so big that it could almost be placed on the table. As soon as the love eyes popped out, I knew what a beautiful woman she was. This person is none other than Lorelei, one of the ice elites of the Kanto Elite Four. I didn't expect to meet Master Lorelei today, And I even had tea with Master Lorelei. Ah, I feel like I'm going to faint. Misty looked very excited on the side, while Lorelei calmly picked up the teacup and took a sip. Meeting Xiaozhi and others here was unexpected. With the advent of Tiandao's inventory, the trajectory of this world seems to have quietly changed. Lorelei met Xiaozhi and others in advance. The 8 masters gather in Kanto. What will happen next? Skin It. Chapter 26. The upgraded Team Rocket versus the upgraded Pikachu. 5th update. Advertisement. Lorelei after quelling a commotion at the entrance to the Indigo Plateau Conference venue. He took Xiaozhi and others to the Pokémon Center. Lorelei was equally curious about this young man who had been counted 3 times. After contacting and chatting for a while, she discovered that Xiaozhi is still very immature now, whether he is playing against Brandon or against Lily of the Valley Conference. They are much better than him now. In fact, he doesn't look much older in the picture. In other words, Xiaozhi has achieved terrifying growth in a short period of time. This can be considered a genius boy. After Misty took a photo with her most admired idol Lorelei parted ways with the 3 of them. Tomorrow is the opening ceremony of the Indigo Plateau Conference plus the first battle. She also told several people to take a good rest. Ah, Master Lorelei is really beautiful. Xiaosheng really wants to. Don't think so much, forget about others, don't worry about my idol. With that said, Misty grabbed the reluctant Xiaoging and went back to the Pokémon Center. Before leaving, she glanced at Xiaozhi, who was looking at Lorelei steadily, and ignored him. He is different from Xiaoging. Elite 4. It turns out that I am still so far away from her. Lorelei had a battle with Xiaozhi before she left. Facing Lorelei's cloister, Xiaozhi sent Pikachu. However, even the strengthened Pikachu is not the opponent's rival at all. The gap is really huge. He is not at the same level as himself in the inventory. But he will work hard. Quartz Conference champion, the future #1 Pokémon master in the world, he wants it all. The next day, the opening ceremony of the Indigo Plateau Conference began. The first is the ceremony of passing the Holy Fire. On the rostrum, in addition to Damaranch and the Elite 4, other figures appeared. Many viewers screamed growl after seeing the figure above clearly. That's the champion trainer of each region. Diantha, Alder, Cynthia, Steven, Dandy and the rest of the Kanto Elite 4 are also Chengdu champions, Long Shidu. I'm not very familiar with the Padua region, so I won't include it. I know there are 2 championship levels there. As the contestants entered, the torch leaders also ran over. The leader of the last leg only needs to light the sacred fire in his hand on the huge fire platform above. The opening ceremony is over. However, when the leader ran up the stairs, he discovered that advertisement there were actually 3 people wearing the clothes of ancient divine envoys waiting to greet him. Thank you for your hard work, just give me the holy fire. Oh, okay. Xiaozhi, who was originally a little nervous and trembling, was stunned when he saw the 3 people above. That familiar feeling, that familiar look, it's Team Rocket, the appearance of washing green. No, you can't give the sacred fire to them, Xiaozhi shouted as normal charged up and ran. However, Team Rocket had already snatched the flame and opened up their own costumes. I heard you can't leave it to them, since you asked the question sincerely. I will tell you with great mercy. After a classic opening remarks, Jessie first lit the fire platform. Meowth took out a remote control and pressed it. A giant Meowth robot appears on the field, and moved the fire table away. Interesting, is this Team Rocket? Dandy rubbed his chin and said with interest. Those lines are so cool, will he also make an opening statement in the future? What's so interesting? How dare these evil guys come to the Indigo Plateau Conference to cause trouble, in front of the 8th Master. Today I will bring them to justice. Yulongdu said as he was about to lift off his cloak and call out Dragonite to destroy the 3 of them. Cynthia held out her hand to stop him. Don't worry, let's see what that little guy will do. Hearing this, Yulongdu stopped thinking about going down. He was also curious about Xiaozhi's performance. I don't know what his strength is, but at least in terms of personality, he is indeed like the hot-blooded young man in the inventory. We are not what we used to be, meow. That's right, I'll use the betting points you contributed to us, little ghost head, to capture Pikachu. Let you see the latest Mega Meowth robot. With that said, the 3 of them jumped into the console. On the head of the Meowth robot, a place is specially reserved to store the sacred fire. We will accept Pikachu. The machine Meowth stretched out his hand, ready to capture Pikachu directly. Advertisement, don't even think about it, Pikachu, Thunderbolt. Pika-Chu. The powerful golden light completely covered the machine Meowth, but it has no effect at all. This is a daily discharge measure, meow. Bring it to you. Just when the big hand was about to touch Pikachu, Xiaozhi's words change. I'll also show you Pikachu's new move, Pikachu, Orberg Tail. Shoo. Pika. Boom. Pikachu jumped to avoid the huge palm, then spun in the air, its tail turned into a metallic color. Then he chopped it down hard. Boom. Like rubber, Normal's long extended hand was cut off. What's going on, Meowth? Isn't this an upgraded robot? Meow. I forgot to do the strike protection. I didn't expect the little ghost-headed Pikachu to have a new move, meow. I have a bad feeling. Me too, Pikachu, use high voltage thundershock on the robot. Pika. 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 Pikachu. The golden spark turns into substance and covers Pikachu. Then Pikachu rushed out at normal speed like an arrow from the string. The terrifying force hit Mega Meowth firmly in the stomach. Pierce it instantly. Team Rocket inside dodge in time, otherwise they will be the ones who get pierced. Final blow, Orberg tail. Chupika. Boom. The broken robot was blown away. There's an explosion in the air. The trio turned into stars again. What a disgusting feeling. Chapter 27. The first game of the Indigo Plateau Conference, a game with a coach. Advertisement. As Team Rocket was knocked away, a huge fire platform fell from the sky. Amid the exclamations of the audience, Xiaozhi threw a Pokeball. It's up to you, Bulbasaur. Use the Vine Whip to catch the fire platform. Dana. As a red light emerged, Bulbasaur appeared, and two powerful Vine Whip tied the fire platform. Then put it in its place. Xiaozhi wiped the sweat from his forehead. The opening ceremony was finally a success. Snap, snap, snap. At this moment, there were warm applause from all around. It's the audience in the auditorium. Even the Elite Four and many champions stood up and applauded. Woohoo! Brother Xiaozhi is awesome. Although Pikachu is not as powerful as in the inventory, it is still extremely powerful. This is the first time I saw Xiaozhi in person. He is indeed a passionate young man. Xiaozhi. Come on Indigo Plateau Conference, Brother Xiaozhi, show your great strength to kill the gods. The surrounding audience are all people who have seen the inventory, and because Xiaozhi has been on the list 3 times. Many people have become fans of Xiaozhi, so now Xiaozhi really has a lot of fans. And Pikachu has even more fans. Now the world has set off a craze to conquer Pikachu. Of course, not all Pikachu are skin gods. Those Pikachu can only be Pikachu after all. The strength is pretty good. It's different from what I learned. Yulongdu looked with interest at Xiaozhi, who was touching his head in embarrassment. After Kanto came back yesterday, he had already investigated Xiaozhi's information in detail. Intelligence shows that more than half of Xiaozhi's 8 badges were donated by others. The gym leader also put a lot of water into the remaining ones. But now it seems that Pikachu's strength, even if there is no elite champion. The second team from the normal gym is absolutely crushing. Don't forget, Pikachu was rewarded by Tiandao's inventory, so his strength is of course different. Lorelei reminded from the side, advertisement she should know Pikachu's strength best right now. After all, she was the only one to fight the enhanced Pikachu. At full strength, Pikachu should have reached the normal gym team. The premise is that except for S*X in acting. A small commotion passed, and the opening ceremony of the Indigo Plateau Conference continued. Later, Xiaozhi and others came to the branch meeting room nearby and began to draw rival. The Indigo Plateau Conference is divided into 4 venues: water, ice, rock, and grass. After challenging the players in the 4 venues, you can enter the main venue to fight. That is, the top 16 of the Indigo Plateau Conference. The first one Xiaozhi drew was the Waterfield. Rival is a trainer called Dou. Xiaozhi was completely unprepared for investigating rival in advance. Just wait for the fight to start at 2 p.m. During this period, he met his arch-rival Gary. Mao Yi is still the same power trip as always, sitting under a sun umbrella, accompanied by 6 girlfriends and cheerleaders, drinking tea leisurely. Gary. I am no longer what I used to be. I will definitely beat you down when you meet me. Gary glanced at Pikachu at Xiaozhi's feet. Today's Pikachu is still a bit fat, which is a bit different from the standard figure in the inventory. But it can still be seen that it has been cultivated quite well. Moreover, Xiaozhi's Pikachu received many rewards from Tiandao inventory. Will be one of his fierce rivals in the Indigo Plateau Conference. Of course, it is impossible for Gary to admit such a thing. I saw him saying it in a very contemptuous tone. As for you, you should practice for 10 years before you start. Don't think that you can defeat me just by getting some rewards. This uncle is so powerful that you cannot match it. Pokémon battles are not just about the strength of Pokémon. Trainer rotation, tactical command, and rival intelligence are all very important. Looking at you like this, you haven't prepared anything, right? You'd better be careful and don't go home before entering the top 32. Xiaozhi stared angrily, but was speechless. Advertisement. What Gary said seemed quite reasonable, but he seemed really unprepared for anything. Let's go, Xiaozhi. It's not too late to prepare now, don't be stubborn. Misty pulled Xiaozhi away, while Xiaobing bowed to Gary on the spot. Gary was stunned when he saw it. Thank you for reminding Xiaozhi. He rarely listens to what we say, but it's different if you, a strong enemy, speak. Mind you, I never did such a thing. Yes, Gary, you just mocked Xiaozhi. Gang Yi smiled brightly and followed Xiaozhi and Misty. Gary took a sip of the tea in his hand, with a subtle smile on his lips. Xiaozhi, you have found a good companion. After Gary's reminder, Xiaozhi also gave up his mentality of being inflated by Pikachu's increased strength. Start preparing seriously for the first battle. For the Waterfield, Xiaozhi teleported Krabby back. Plus Squirtle on hand, and Pikachu to deal with rival in the first game. As for checking the information of the players in the first game, there is no time, the game is about to begin. The third game of the water field has officially begun. The red side is the magician Dou player. The green side is player Xiaozhi, who participated in the Tiandao inventory several times yesterday and is now world famous. In addition, player Xiaozhi also brought 2 coaching teams to participate in the competition. The camera showed Xiaozhi sitting on a stool on the other side of the venue. Misty and Xiaogang are sitting on it. Today, they are Xiaozhi's tactical reserves. Let us look forward to today's third duel. Cynthia, who was in the main auditorium, looked at Lance and the Elite Four with a strange look on her face. Can you still bring the coach up to play the game? Ahem. Well, the last few Indigo Plateau conferences have been dominated by rookies. In order to give them some experience, it is stipulated that as long as it is the first time for players to participate in the conference, they can bring their coaches on stage for coaching. Lance said awkwardly. However, Kanto has experienced a sharp decline in talent in recent years, and the quality of the Indigo Plateau Conference has also become lower and lower. Many rookies never want to be a trainer again after being beaten once. For the sake of the future of Kanto Alliance, badge is given half a dozen times, and the game can hire a coach, which is such a cool operation. Chapter 28. Evolution 1 Volt 3, The Deformed Kingler, Second Update. Advertisement. There was a little hiccup before the third game. The Rockets trio seemed to be overwhelmed by Dou. He directly overtook Matt, who was explaining the commentary, and yelled at Xiaozhi. Let Xiaozhi kill Duowu, then Miss Junsha took them away. After a short interlude, the third game officially begins. Dou used the super powerful Exeggutor. On Xiaozhi's side is Krabby, who uses the water element. Using water-type Pokémon in a water venue is most people's first thought. So Dawu went against the grain and prepared grass-type Pokémon. This Krabby looks a little stunted. Lorelei is not only an expert in the ice system, but also has extensive research in the water system. Although this Krabby is shiny and energetic, but his size is so small, not even half as good as normal Krabby. Xiaozhi's first Pokémon didn't use Pikachu, but instead used Krabby to this extent. It's very likely that I'll be deflated first. I don't think so. Emperor Dan smiled brilliantly and said, "Oh, Mr. Dandy also has opinions on water-type Pokémon?" Lorelei would not be convinced if she was refuted in a field she was familiar with. On the surface, she is Kanto's Elite Four. In fact, her strength is at the championship level in other regions. Otherwise, Lance wouldn't have been stopped by her and not become the Kanto champion for so many years. Isn't it common knowledge that the Kanto Elite Four are champions? It's not really an insight, it's just, I can see that both of them are very motivated to fight. The biggest difference between Dan Emperor and others is that what he sees is not just strength. There is also the bond between trainer and Pokémon and their will. Pokémon's strength doesn't mean everything. He has a hunch that they will win this game. Then I'll wait and see. Lorelei crossed her arms and watched the game with some seriousness, which in her eyes was like a child's play. Advertisement. At the beginning of the battle, Xiaozhi first let Krabby enter the water. The strategy of using water-type sites is a good one. However, Exeggutor has super attribute. A confusion directly condensed the water where Krabby was located into a vortex. Krabby is sucked into the whirlpool. If it had been before, Xiaozhi might have taken Krabby back. But now he understands one thing, and that is to trust his Pokémon. And you have to believe in what you can do as a trainer. Just like him and Pikachu in the inventory, sure enough, he waited for an opportunity later. It's time for Exeggutor confusion to become weak. Seizing this moment, Krabby jumped directly out of the vortex. The large pliers directly vice-gripped the roots of Exeggutor's leaves, and Exeggutor showed a painful expression. Tatake wanted to let Exeggutor use hypnosis, but Exeggutor was in pain and couldn't concentrate on using it. In Xiaozhi's Leer and Trample combo, Exeggutor was seriously injured and fell to the ground. Finally, a bubble beam came and took away Exeggutor. After that, Krabby's whole body burst into blue light. Its size is also slowly increasing. After the light fades, the brand new Krabby, oh no, should be called Kingler now. The brand new Kingler appeared in front of everyone. Lorelei people are stupid, not because Krabby beat Exeggutor, but because. Is this the evolution of the Krabby just now? This is twice as big as the normal Kingler. Reminder. What a deformed species. That's right, he was stunted just now and looked Arnold times older than the normal Krabby. Now after evolution, it is twice as big as the normal Kingler. What is a late blooming Pokémon? This is called a late bloomer Pokémon. Ha ha ha, let me tell you, Miss Lorelei, Xiaozhi's Krabby is not normal. His strong fighting spirit and his tenacious vitality all show his specialness. Z's Krabby is really outrageous after it evolves. Before, his size was less than 1/3 of Gary's Krabby. After evolution, his size should have increased 10 times. I lost. It seems that my understanding of water Pokémon is not as good as Mr. Dandy's. I still have to practice. Wrong. It's not the understanding of water Pokémon, it's the understanding of people and Pokémon. Advertisement. Lorelei was stunned when she heard this. Then she held her eyes that were falling slightly and smiled helplessly. I didn't expect that Mr. Dandy taught me a lesson today. Thank you very much. Haha, it doesn't matter. When the time comes, just block him in front of the Kanto champion. Hey, first of all, I didn't provoke you, right? Secondly, I didn't provoke you, right? Why are you targeting me? Lance was shot innocently. Subsequently, Xiaozhi's Kingler showed his powerful power. Defeated Dao's Seadra and Golbat successively, 3 in a row, successfully won the first game. I'm sorry, Pikachu, I wanted you to play, but I didn't expect Kingler to be so powerful, ha ha ha. Pikachu waved his hand, indicating that I don't need to play such a small role. The ones I fight are all big names. A very exciting game, worthy of the legendary Xiaozhi. Duowu came up and shook hands with Xiaozhi. He is an arrogant person, but no matter how arrogant he is. After learning that rival was the trainer who defeated 2 mythical beasts, I felt somewhat unsure. I can't be proud anymore, even if that is the future combat power of this trainer. Ha ha ha, blah blah blah, you are also very powerful. It's a pity that I didn't see your Pikachu play. Pikachu also pointed at Xiaozhi with a pity look on his face. It's all Xiaozhi's fault for not letting him play. Xiaozhi. It's absolutely right to award you the title of Best Actor. Just now you were dismissive, are you going to blame me now? I won't watch the Oscars this year without you. Since the first round is an important round for Krabby, there are no changes. The Pokémon that will appear in subsequent rounds will be different. Chapter 29. Xiaozhi's Charizard wants to fight against Alchemy Emperor Charizard? Third update. Advertisement: Xiaozhi's first game fell to Veilstone. After that, Gary also successfully defeated the player in his first game. The first day of the Indigo Plateau Conference went quite smoothly. After Xiaozhi's competition, many champions came to visit him. I want to see up close what this legendary normal boy is like. And he is also very interested in Pikachu, whose strength fluctuates. So near the Indigo Plateau Conference, in a house that Steven just bought, everyone gathered together. It's the first time to meet so many elites, even championship-level trainers. Even though Xiaozhi was brave, he seemed a little frightened. This is a champion, one of his lifelong goals. Now there are so many champions in front of him, Xiaozhi is both excited and nervous. Even when I participated in the competition for the first time today, I was not as nervous as I am now. Xiaozhi, right? Don't be nervous, we just came to see you. This Pikachu has been well trained. Alchemy caressed Pikachu's head gently. Pikachu, who always kept away from strangers, was not very repulsive to Alchemy. Perhaps this is Dandy's natural affinity for Pokémon, just like Xiaozhi normal. Okay, Mr. Dandy. Misty and Xiaogang sat aside, looking at Xiaozhi, who was so nervous that he stuttered, and felt a little funny for a moment. This guy, after traveling all this time, has rarely been as nervous as he is now. Of course, Misty has been paying attention to Xiaozhi. Xiaogang, with a rosy complexion, kept scanning the female champions and elites with his squinted eyes. Miss Diantha, Miss Cynthia, Miss Lorelei. Oh my god, so many beautiful women gathered together. Is this paradise? Pull, don't give me heaven. With so many champions here, can't you act more upright? Misty pulled Xiaogang's ears in Sagang's form until they were long. Let the short burst of smelling salts come over. Xiaozhi, can I see the Pokémon you are carrying now? Cynthia asked curiously. In addition to Kingler, Bulbasaur and Pikachu, what other Pokémon does Xiaozhi have with him now? Advertisement, of course. Of course, come out, everyone. Click. As Xiaozhi threw the Pokeball, 5 Pokémon appeared on the field. Bulbasaur, Squirtle, Kingler, Pidgeotto and Charizard. Roar. As soon as Charizard came out, he gave Xiaozhi the flamethrower move as usual. Xiaozhi's face was sprayed black directly. Dan Emperor on the side saw Charizard with a look of surprise on his face. Xiaozhi, do you actually have Charizard? Haha, you are really discerning. As an old Charizard fan, Dandy loves all the Charizard in the world. Although this Charizard seems a bit stunted, not only Dan Emperor saw that all the champions present had met the powerful Charizard more or less. You can tell from the size of this Charizard alone that it is much smaller than other Charizard. But after the Krabby incident, no one can conclude that this Charizard is weak. Although the body shape is not very good, maybe it is powerful? Roar. Only then did Charizard realize that there were so many people here. He thought Xiaozhi was dragging him out to play the game, but now it seems that is not the case. He simply walked to the corner of the house and lay on his side on the ground to rest. Haha. Mr. Dandy, I'm sorry, my Charizard still doesn't obey my orders. Maybe my trainer level is too low, but it doesn't matter. I will definitely let Charizard obey my command in the future. Listening to Xiaozhi's awkward laughter and lonely face, Emperor Dan grinned, put his big hand on Xiaozhi's head, and rubbed it. I believe in you, Xiaozhi. You will definitely be able to command Charizard in the future, and your Charizard will definitely be able to fight with my Charizard in the future. Charizard in the corner raised his eyes when he heard this. This guy has a Charizard too. It seems to be true, the smell of Charizard on him is quite strong. But, so what? He will not obey Xiaozhi's command, because he is very strong now. And Xiaozhi is not qualified yet. Haha, Shitaro, it seems that your Charizard talent is quite good. You know, Alchemy Emperor's Charizard is the #1 Charizard in the world today.
Advertisement. First, Charizard. Xiaozhi looked at Dan Emperor and was a little lost in thought for a moment. In the future, can he really command Charizard to compete with Dan Emperor on the same stage?
Roar. At some point, Xiaozhi's Charizard came over, and after a loud roar, he hooked his hand at Dan Emperor. He just heard that this man has the best Charizard in the world. It is naturally impossible for me, the best in the world, to agree with this title. He wants, are you going to fight my Charizard? Roar. But, don't you disobey trainer's instructions now? Roar. Charizard didn't even look at Xiaozhi, but his nose spit up an ember. He can fight on his own, that's it. In that case, let me tell you something. The location here is too narrow, let's go out and find a venue. Emperor Dan gave a thumbs up and pointed at the door. This. What kind of development is this? Is Xiaozhi's Charizard going to fight Mr. Dandy? Everyone on the sidelines looked dumbfounded by Misty. Why did things suddenly turn into this? I have heard about Mr. Dandy even in the Kanto region. His master is the mega strongman who has defended the Pokémon League Championship for 18 years, Ma Shide. Xiaogang began to reveal the information about Alchemy Emperor in detail. And Emperor Dan has also obtained the true inheritance of Master Ma Shide. Since his debut, he has never lost a single battle. Even more powerful than Master Ma Shide in terms of performance, he is known as the strongest champion in the history of Galar. He is also called the uncrowned king of the world. The uncrowned king means that although he has not yet won the title of world champion, but most people in the world think that Dandy will become the world's #1 champion. The most powerful trump card is a Charizard. It is said that it can Gigantamax. Chapter 30. A new inventory begins. Charizard's experience, 4th update. Advertisement, Gigantamax. What is that? Misty said she had never heard of it. Xiaogang spread his hands. I don't know. I just saw it on some news. I didn't go into the specific situation at first. In short, it is impossible for the current Charizard to defeat Mr. Dandy no matter what. Mr. Dandy may even kill him instantly with just one move. In that case, it may be a major blow to Charizard, who has never failed and is proud of himself after evolving. Xiaogang looked at Charizard, who was about to walk out of the door. There was also Xiaozhi, who looked worried and changed his words. Of course, this may also be one of the opportunities to change the relationship between Xiaozhi and Charizard. The specific situation depends on what Mr. Dandy does. I believe that Mr. Dandy will definitely make a reasonable judgment. After all, that is the champion. I have to say that Xiaogang is quite reliable when he is not in heat. Just when Charizard was about to go out, a big screen suddenly appeared in the room. Not only here, but the screens that originally existed around the world have also moved. The third heavenly inventory is about to begin. Inventory of those Pokémon that rival gods in their mortal bodies, Part 3. The ethereal voice sounded again, and many champions in the house naturally heard it. Dandy made an apologetic gesture towards Charizard. It seems that your match with me is going to be a little bit more complicated. Let's watch the match first and then talk about it. Roar. What the hell? What game? He slept in the Pokeball all day yesterday, so naturally he had no idea what was going on outside. If you had seen your trainer's performance yesterday, maybe you wouldn't be so resistant to his command.
Cynthia said softly. Roar. Upon hearing this, Charizard's nose spit up an ember again, which was a sign of his dissatisfaction.
He wanted to see what kind of exciting battles his useless trainer could perform. I'm not slandering Charizard. He was so bad in the early stage. It may be a screenwriting problem. Anyway, I think it's quite outrageous. Xiaozhi is no less than a blessing to him, right? However, he lost his fighting spirit in the key game later. Outrageous, okay? Will Xiaozhi be on the list today? Advertisement? I don't know, but considering Pikachu's combat power, it's possible, right? Yulongdu found a place to sit down casually. Yesterday I stood and watched the game all day, and today I finally have a sofa. I have to say that Steven is really wealthy and has purchased a large building. Even if there are more than a dozen people in this living room, it won't feel crowded. There's even room for one more Charizard. Many champions also found a place to sit down. Steven snapped his fingers. Someone came from nowhere and took out snacks from who knows where. Facing the weird looks from everyone, Steven said. I originally planned to watch the inventory battle here tonight. Isn't it natural that I would prepare some food? Why, don't you have some? Is there any ice cream?
I want to eat pancakes. Any candied haws on a stick.
Steven. Hash. Eat it if you like it. Looking at the performance of the champions, Xiaozhi and the others felt that they were not as cold-blooded as they were outside. A few short words made the distance between them seem closer. Champions. Or human beings too. After everyone found their seats and sat down, they all opened the barrage list in unison. Images also began to play on the screen, still the familiar figure, Xiaozhi from Pallet Town. It's just that his clothes are different this time. The familiar red and white hat, black short sleeves and a blue shirt. This outfit is the same as Xiaozhi's now. In other words, is this what Xiaozhi has been doing recently? The protagonist this time is indeed my brother G again. Advertisement. It's probably Pikachu's battle again. MD, I will definitely defeat Pikachu this time.
Yes, no matter how Pikachu plays, I will definitely suppress him. You can always trust Pikachu in key games.
In addition to Xiaozhi, there was a man and a woman following him. Basically no one knows the boys except Kanto region.
But girls, many people with good memories remember that this was the woman who hung Xiaozhi up in the first place.
Misty, Xiaoging. You are up there too. Xiaozhi was a little excited when he saw Misty and Xiaoging.
This place looks familiar. Xiaoging rubbed his chin and looked at the picture thoughtfully.
Until a Charmander appears. Isn't this when we first met Charmander? Roar. Seeing his former figure appear on the screen, Charizard's eyes widened in disbelief. When was this taken? Alas, there is a Charmander here. I want to conquer him. Xiaozhi said and threw a Pokeball. This move made many people hold their foreheads and shake their heads. Xiaozhi was really immature at this time. Do you want to conquer Pokemon without even fighting? The Pokeball hit Charmander and was bounced back without even opening it. It seems this Charmander already has an owner, Xiaoging in the screen reminded. Ah, what a pity. Since there is a master, there is nothing we can do. After Xiaoging's reminder, Xiaozhi had no choice but to give up the idea of conquering Charmander. Start moving to the next place. When the three of them walked to a Pokemon Center on the roadside, it started to rain heavily. Chapter 31. You have no idea what you are giving up, 5th update. Advertisement. Because it was raining heavily, the three of them ran into the Pokemon Center to take shelter. In addition, it was already getting late, so they planned to stay at the Pokemon Center for one night. Audiences around the world have absolutely no idea what this video is trying to express. But after the last incident where Pikachu angrily attacked Spearow, everyone is more patient with images. Wonderful pictures are definitely to come. Then they saw the evil in the world. Xiaozhi and others were drinking hot soup when they entered the Pokemon Center. Then, a Power Trip's domineering voice spread throughout the Pokemon Center. It was a boy named Damien. He was showing off the Pokemon he had caught to his friends. Those Pokemon have completely become his tools to show off. When asked by his younger brothers that he didn't have a Charmander, he said disdainfully, "Of course I have a Charmander, but that Charmander is too weak, it can't even defeat a Poliwag. I just threw him away. I'll ask my dad to get me a stronger Charmander later." There are so many useless things like that in the world. Whoever loves them wants them. As soon as these words came out, people all over the world went crazy. What kind of trash is this guy? JB is so disgusting. How can there be such disgusting people in the world? Compared to brother Xiaozhi, this guy is a complete negative example. Is it Charmander's fault that I can't train myself well? It's really your fault? Isn't it normal for the fire element to be unable to defeat the water element? If you didn't have no choice, who would fight against attribute? Xiaozhi. The normal audience is complaining, but the Elite Four and the champions are already taking action. Day. Investigate this person named Damien closely, and his family. What the hell? Pooh, close black lens bracket. Dandy. I also suggest that you find out the details of this person. Such a person is not worthy of being a trainer. Close black lens bracket. Blaine. You can never let this kind of person go. The scum in Alliance. Close black lens bracket. Fire Gym owner, Charizard lover, Fire Elite is furious. There are people in the world who would abandon the Yusan family, ditch the fire Pokemon. How unforgivable. Yulongdu. I'm checking, don't worry, this man and his family won't survive tonight. Close black lens bracket. Advertisement, Professor Oak. I have also mobilized my network. Such a person is indeed not worthy of being a trainer. Close black lens bracket. Seeing that all the big guys on the barrage began to conduct strict investigations, Damien, who was in a region unknown to Kanto, began to tremble. This is a broken inventory. You are crazy. Why do you want to expose him?
What Xiaozhi? What Charmander? It's all bullshit. If it weren't for them.
How could he be exposed? Targeted by the elite champion. Trash Charmander. Even if I get caught, it won't change the fact that you are trash. Damien gritted his teeth and said, he is still stubborn. Giovanni sat in the headquarters office, stroking Persian's fur. He naturally agreed with Damien's approach. Waste Pokemon really don't deserve to be cultivated. But that's except for his own Pokemon. As long as it's a Pokemon he captures, it won't be a useless Pokemon. Like his trump card, Beedrill. So, that Damien is just a waste.
Cyrus, who is still a wealthy businessman in Sinnoh, saw the picture on the screen.
It also strengthened his determination to create a new world. Another person who had the same idea as him was Lysandre of Kalos region. He has been completely disappointed with human behavior and wants to create a utopia for Pokemon. For this reason, human beings are unnecessary things. Naturally, Xiaozhi and the others couldn't stand Damien's words and deeds. It's still pouring rain outside, and Charmander might still be waiting for this guy outside. He is actually making sarcastic remarks here, unforgivable. Xiaozhi rushed up and grabbed Damien. You guy, Do you know Charmander is still waiting for you outside? Who the hell are you? Let me go. Advertisement. Damien struggled for a while and found that struggle could not be opened at all. This guy doesn't look big, so why are his hands so strong? I'm telling you, go back and pick up Charmander right now. Why should I listen to you? It's just a garbage Charmander, and you ask me to go pick him up in the heavy rain? Are you okay with your mind? Let me go quickly. Don't force me to do it, Damien said as he prepared to pick up the Pokeball next to him. Xiaozhi saw that this guy was stubborn and thought about Charmander, who might still be struggling to hold on in the wind and rain. He directly threw Damien to the ground aside, picked up his raincoat and ran out. Xiaozhi, wait for me. Really, you are so impulsive in everything you do. Xiaogang shouted and chased after Xiaozhi. Although Misty complained, she put on her raincoat and followed Xiaozhi.
The three of them just ran in the rain and returned to their original place.
Charmander was still on the stone platform, holding a large leafage to protect him from the rain. But it's no use at all. The wind and rain continued to damage his body. The tail flame that symbolized his life was like a candle in the wind. Charmander, hold on, I'll take you to the Pokemon Center right away. With the help of Xiaozhi and others, Charmander finally saved his life. Many viewers who watched also breathed a sigh of relief. Fortunately, Xiaozhi took action and Charmander was safe. Xiaozhi is still the same Xiaozhi. No matter what the situation, I will give everything for Pokemon. Even if it's someone else's Pokemon. After that, Charmander naturally became Xiaozhi's Pokemon. And with a breath of flames, Damien, who still wanted to turn back, was roasted into charcoal. This guy has no idea what kind of existence he has given up. Roar. Charizard gave a low growl. On the screen, he could see trainer's efforts for him. Since evolving, he feels that he has become stronger and can fight without a trainer. So he began to dislike his trainer. However, what is the difference between him now and the trainer who abandoned him before? Why would he become like this? Chapter 32. Charizard, did I ruin Xiaozhi's dream with my own hands? Advertisement. Charizard glanced at trainer who was immersed in it with a nostalgic look on his face. Self-blame filled his heart. His pride and complacency are not worth mentioning in front of Xiaozhi. Xiaozhi not only had the grace to save his life, but also had the grace to rebuild him. He gave me life, and he also improved my early strength. Why should he dislike his trainer? Roar. Charizard shouted to Xiaozhi. Roar. Xiaozhi turned around in confusion, not knowing what Charizard wanted to do. Many champions also looked back at Charizard, even if I didn't know Charizard's experience before. Now after learning about Charizard's experience, they were a little puzzled that Charizard didn't obey Xiaozhi's orders. What kind of power is it? Can Charizard forget Xiaozhi's life-saving grace and not obey his command? To put it bluntly, no matter how powerful he is, Charizard should not disobey Xiaozhi's command. You said Charizard was the one you conquered from the beginning. It's understandable that you don't obey orders. But you have been with Xiaozhi since Charmander, and you were trained by him. Xiaozhi even saved your life. Why are you? Roar. Ever since he grew up as Charizard, he has always been unruly and unruly. Today, he bowed his head in front of Xiaozhi for the first time. As proud as he lowered his head, he was admitting his mistake to Xiaozhi again. Xiaozhi looked at Charizard, who lowered his head and was stunned for a moment. Then he grinned and patted Charizard on the head. What are you doing, Charizard? Don't look like that. I know that you don't follow my orders because you think you can fight better than my orders. I can understand you. However, I will definitely become a trainer worthy of you in the future. You did nothing wrong. This is Xiaozhi. No matter what the situation, he will never blame Pokémon for his fault. Instead, you will look for problems within yourself. Roar. Charizard raised his head, shaking off the crystal tears, and yelled at Xiaozhi. Advertisement, really? That's great. I've been waiting for the day to fight alongside you. Charizard's roar means that from now on, he will fight side by side with Xiaozhi. Congratulations, Xiaozhi. With Charizard, you are even more powerful at the Indigo Plateau Conference. Xiaogang congratulated Xiaozhi from the side. Charizard's strength is obvious to all, without him in the Crimson Gym. I'm afraid Xiaozhi has no way of defeating Blaine. Now Charizard is following Xiaozhi's command and will definitely be a powerful aid at the Indigo Plateau Conference. Haha, Xiaozhi, look, I said, Charizard will definitely obey your command in the future. It's just that this future is faster than I imagined. Emperor Dan nodded happily when he saw that Charizard had found his way back. On the huge screen, the image continues to play. Subsequently, Charmander's records were played out one by one. He helped Xiaozhi constantly defeat powerful enemies one after another. After defeating the Executor Legion, Charmander finally successfully evolved into Charmeleon. However, the evolved Charmeleon no longer obeys Xiaozhi's command. The old man who was watching scratched his head in embarrassment.
The current image seems to be playing back his dark history normal.
His actions at the beginning seem stupid now when I think about it. For the trainer who helped him like this, why wouldn't he obey the trainer's command? How stupid. Afterwards, Xiaozhi and his party came to Dasha Valley because Xiaozhi was captured by Aerodactyl. Plus Aerodactyl's taunt, Charmeleon was so angry that he forced himself to evolve into Charizard. In the end, Xiaozhi was successfully rescued. However, Charizard's actions later made the audience feel a little unfriendly. Not only did he not obey Xiaozhi's instructions in every game, he even lost his fighting spirit in the top 16 of the Indigo Plateau Conference. Let Xiaozhi lose the chance to win. You know, Xiaozhi is a life-saving grace to Charizard, the grace of reinvention. Is this how Charizard repays Xiaozhi? Jeej, who was standing in the living room, looked a little ugly when he saw the picture on the screen. If there is no such inventory, that is what he will do in the future. So, would he do such a bad thing? Advertisement. This is already trampling on Xiaozhi's dream. Not only is he not a helper on Xiaozhi's road to success, he is actually a stepping stone for him. Xiaozhi trusted him and sent him out, but he personally ruined Xiaozhi's hope of victory. Indigo Plateau Conference, we must help Xiaozhi win. Charizard secretly made up his mind. By the time we get here, we are already talking about future events.
The Indigo Plateau Conference has just begun. The screen also showed Xiaozhi his top 16 rival. Although it was just a fleeting moment, Xiaozhi had already silently memorized the other person's appearance.
And he also has a Pikachu. Outside the Indigo Plateau Conference venue, a trainer named Regice saw the flashing picture on the screen. There was some doubt in his eyes for a moment. Was that me just now? The video continues. Charizard still disobeys the command in the subsequent battle. Until I met a trainer named Ying during my subsequent trip to Orange Alliance. That trainer has a powerful mosquito-repellent Frog King. The mosquito-repellent Frog King easily defeated Xiaozhi's Pikachu and Charizard 1-on-2. Charizard even suffered frostbite all over his body due to the freezing light. You deserve it. I couldn't beat Poliwag when I was a kid, and I can't beat the Mosquito Frog King when I grow up. I was indeed right in abandoning you. Damien looked at Charizard, who turned into ice in the picture. His eyes were sinister. The weaker Charizard performs, the more correct his choice is. However, being on a certain road, he didn't notice at all that his own phone was about to be filled with calls. Facing Charizard, who usually didn't listen to instructions at all, Xiaozhi didn't care at all. In his own clumsy way, he kept helping Charizard stay warm and recover from frostbite. In the end, even his own hands were frostbitten and he didn't care at all. Even until he fell asleep, he was still taking care of Charizard. Charizard, who was pretending to be asleep, half closed his eyes and looked at Xiaozhi silently. The flame on the tail, which had recovered a lot, came close to Xiaozhi to keep him warm while he was sleeping. The story of Xiaozhi and Charizard officially takes a turn here. Chapter 33. Flawed Charizard, unable to reach the top? Second update? Advertisement. The next day, Charizard fully recovered from his injury. The Rockets trio that appeared before are here again to cause trouble. However, not only did they fail to capture Pikachu, but Charizard learned the skill, Dragon Rage. From this moment on, Charizard officially obeyed Xiaozhi's command. And defeated rival, the mosquito-repellent Frog King who just lost yesterday. The slap in the face came so quickly. Just now, Damien was secretly pleased with Charizard's weakness. However, in an instant, Charizard gave him first impression. Well done. This is Xiaozhi's Charizard. I knew Xiaozhi's Pokémon wouldn't let him down. Charizard, so handsome. Dragon Rage is so cool. The audience is happy that Xiaozhi has received a strong boost. Once again, they forgot what the title of this inventory was. The impact of every playback on the inventory is so touching. People can't help but indulge in it. Later, Charizard also helped Xiaozhi win many key battles in subsequent battles. Orange Alliance's Northern Cross Tag Team Showdown. Orange Alliance's Championship Battle vs Dragonite. Chengdu Alliance vs Faulkner from Flying Gym. In every battle, Charizard plays an indispensable role. As expected of Xiaozhi's Charizard, so brave. From an expressive point of view, this Charizard should become a Pokémon that is not weaker than Pikachu. Maybe there is a chance that I can be invincible with Mr. Lance's Charizard. Mr. Lance's Charizard is nothing. If it can be compared with Mr. Dandy's Charizard, then it would be awesome.
Audiences around the world are already rating Charizard.
They all guessed that this Charizard should be able to reach the level of Pikachu. That is to say, he is on par with the gods. However, some trainers in the world who are proficient in fire Pokémon are keenly aware of Charizard's flaws. Asha. Well, there is something I don't know whether I should say. Although Charizard's performance is indeed very powerful, but... Advertisement. Day. But this Charizard is actually weaker than the normal Charizard. Close black lens bracket. Faulkner. No way. I feel like this Charizard is very strong. Close black lens bracket. Faulkner, one of the background boards just reviewed above, is the gym leader of Johto Region Alliance Flying. Xiaozhi's Charizard defeated his Baidiao. If you say he is weak, doesn't it mean that he, the flying gym owner, is weaker? Yulongdu. They are right. Xiaozhi's Charizard is indeed smaller. Close black lens bracket. Lorelei. I'm with Charizard now. When we first met, I didn't dare to make a conclusion, but after reading the inventory, I'm sure that this Charizard is indeed weaker than the normal Charizard. Close black lens bracket. Jike. I am the administrator of the Charizard Valley in the Johto region. This Charizard is the weakest I have ever seen. Close black lens bracket. Alchemy Emperor. Now, this is true for the time being. Close black lens bracket.
Wow, even the administrator of Charizard Valley and Dandy, the owner of the strongest Charizard in the world today, said this.
Then you can basically use Stone Hammer. Xiaozhi's Charizard is very weak. Mr. Dandy. What are you talking about? How can my Charizard be the weakest? Xiaozhi is next to Dan Emperor, although he respects Dan Emperor very much. But he won't let anyone slander his Pokémon. Charizard didn't know why, he couldn't understand the barrage above, but judging from Xiaozhi's performance, it seems like this person is calling him weak. Roar.
Charizard resisted the thought of firing a flamethrower at him and roared at him.
Don't you dare to wait and make gestures. Emperor Dan shook his head.
Keep reading, Xiaozhi. I believe you will have a turning point. Even if the process will be difficult. At this time, the image on the screen paused, and 2 lines of large characters appeared on it.
When Charizard was in Charmander, he was seriously injured and was exposed to heavy rain, so his roots have been slightly damaged. Close black lens bracket. In order to save Xiaozhi in Dasha Valley, he was forced to evolve again, causing Charizard to become very short, and in terms of strength, it is difficult to reach the Elite Championship level. Close black lens bracket. Tiandao's inventory directly hammered Charizard's weakness. And the reason why Charizard is weak is given. Emperor Dan nodded. This was almost the same reason as he had guessed. If it weren't for those 2 factors, Xiaozhi's Charizard would definitely not be that bad. To deal with the weaker rival, relying on 3 stages of evolution and racial suppression. Advertisement Charizard can also achieve a very good record. However, facing the powerful rival. In other words, as long as Xiaozhi wants the Elite Championship level in the future, Charizard's power becomes more of a burden to him. The championship cannot be achieved with just one Pikachu. How so? Xiaozhi's eyes were dull and he murmured in disbelief. Even Tiandao's inventory is a stone hammer, so his Charizard is really flawed. The image continues. This time, Xiaozhi and his party met a young lady named Jike. And we learned that ahead is Charizard's paradise, Charizard Valley. It's full of very powerful Charizard. The audience did not expect that Miss GK, who had posted the barrage just now, would appear in the video the next moment. Xiaozhi took out his Charizard. Jike mocked him for being so weak that he couldn't even carry people on the road. This made Xiaozhi and Charizard unconvinced. Then a scene that made people laugh or cry appeared on the screen. GK took Xiaogang and others to the Charizard Valley. But Xiaozhi and Charizard insisted on going there by themselves. However, Charizard is already weak in size and has never been flown by humans before. Each of them, one dragon at a time, was constantly wandering between flying and walking. When we finally reached the Charizard Valley, Zhejian's eyes are already bulging. He carried Xiaozhi on his back and arrived at the Charizard Valley like a free-roaming chicken. Chapter 34. Facing the Weak, Charizard's Turning Point, 3rd Update. Advertisement, G. Miss GK, we're here. Who? Ho, Xiaozhi and Charizard were both panting. This short stretch of road was extremely difficult for them. But they still managed to reach Charizard Valley. At this level, there is no way to be invincible with Charizard in Charizard Valley. Naturally, Xiaozhi and Charizard will not give up just because of a few words. So the 2 of them entered the Charizard Valley to challenge. However, miserable failure, still failed miserably. No matter against any Charizard, Jufadu is not rival at all. And judging from the constant battles and body size comparisons, no matter in terms of body shape or the degree of flame solidification, Zhejiang. It's not the rival of Charizard here at all. Even in the end, Talonjico was only used to carry people flying. Even the female Charizard named Little Lisa couldn't win. Audiences around the world have finally recognized the reality. Xiaozhi's Charizard might actually be the weakest Charizard in the world. Even if Xiaozhi and his bond can cause a temporary outbreak. But there is still no way to avoid the fact that he is so weak in terms of conventional strength. Is that Charizard from Xiao Guido really so weak? HMPH. So what? He has the spirit of our rockets to never give up. Future achievements will never be limited to this.
That's right, little devil Charizard, come on. The Rocket Trio are cheering for the enemy again.
Ha ha ha, as expected, you are still the same trash. Fortunately, I abandoned you in the first place.
Suddenly, Damien started laughing again. His decision was indeed the right one.
Looking back at that Xiaozhi, Charizard, who has been training for so long, turned out to be just a waste. It is impossible to accompany him on the road to becoming a master. You deserve it. This is what will happen if he is exposed.
Now I want to see if you, the Pokemon-loving B***********D, will give up on this Charizard.
Don't move. Advertisement. Just when Damien was thinking about it, a scream came. When Damien turned around, he found 2 huge red-striped dogs looking at him eagerly.
Arcanine. In addition to Arcanine, there is also Officer Jenny in a blue police uniform.
Now we are arresting you for abandoning Pokémon and seeking power for personal gain. Everything you say will become evidence in court. Damien was immediately put into silver handcuffs. He didn't expect that Officer Jenny would come so quickly. Facing the world's largest police organization, he naturally did not dare to resist. He could only look at Xiaozhi and Charizard in the image with hatred in his eyes. It's all them, it's all their fault, roar. No matter how much he couldn't believe it, the fact was before his eyes, and Charizard lowered his proud head.
It turns out, his future has already been decided. He'll never be able to become a powerful Pokémon.
The current strength is just because Xiaozhi has not met a truly strong person yet. He is a Charizard with no future, Pikachu, Charizard. Charizard raised his head after 2 shouts, and saw Xiaozhi and Pikachu looking at him with firm faces. No matter what your future holds, no matter what your flaws, you are my Charizard. I also believe that you will become the strongest Charizard in the future. Actually, it's not like we have nothing to do, right?
Xiaozhi looked at the barrage list in front of him. On it, there was something called Tiandao Store. The things inside were all-encompassing, and he believed that there must be some way to help Charizard make up for its shortcomings.
Xiaozhi, do you want to? I saw Xiaozhi focusing on the barrage list. Misty knew immediately what Xiaozhi wanted to do. That's right, no matter what, I will never give up Charizard, because he is the best Charizard in the world. Roar, this time Charizard couldn't hold it back, and tears kept falling from the corners of his eyes. What a good trainer Xiaozhi is, however, he almost ruined Xiaozhi's ideal with his own hands. No matter how weak I am in the future, at least I am strong now. I want to help Xiaozhi win the championship. Advertisement Charizard vowed again in his heart. Well said, Xiaozhi, I also believe that your Charizard's future achievements will never stop like this. Emperor Dan's big hand patted Xiaozhi's shoulder hard. A boy with such a will, Charizard with such a heart. The light called miracle will definitely come to them both. In the image, Charizard was thrown directly out of Charizard Valley because of his weakness. Fell into the shallow water outside, Regice said coldly to several people. No matter what he does, he can't change his weakness. It's better to soak in the cold water and calm down his heated mind. Saying that, Regice went back to the Charizard Valley and the door closed heavily. The weak Charizard has no way of surviving in the Charizard Valley. Regice's sarcastic remarks to Charizard were just to make Charizard give up the idea of coming to Charizard Valley. After all, outside, Charizard can still be a temporary totem with 3 stages of evolution. If you come to Charizard Valley, you might have to be at the bottom for the rest of your life. Charizard, come up here. When Charizard was still Charmander, he was baptized by the heavy rain. So Charizard is actually very afraid of water, however, he is now motionless in the water, only letting his tail surface. Keep the flames from above from entering the water. Roar. You want to tell them that you are not weak, right? Roar. I know. I'll go with you. With that said, Xiaozhi directly entered the water and stood side by side with Charizard. The cold pool water made Xiaozhi shiver involuntarily. Even so, he has to bear it with Charizard. Ouch. What are you talking about? You are here alone with fire-type Pokémon. Am I still afraid of this level of pool water? At this time, one person and one dragon seemed to be in the same mind. Xiaozhi could understand Charizard's words. Hearing this, Charizard looked fixedly at the gate of Charizard Valley. A line of subtitles appears at the bottom of the screen, which is Charizard's inner monologue. It is true that I am weak now, and maybe I am also the weakest Charizard in the world. But for Xiaozhi, in order to fulfill his dream, I have to become stronger. Become the world's mightiest Charizard. This can only be done in the Charizard Valley, so no matter what. I'm going in. Close black lens bracket. Chapter 35. Rocket's Assist and Farewell to Charizard, 4th update. Advertisement Charizard's inner monologue is exposed to audiences around the world. Everyone was deeply moved by Charizard's inner wish, and many even shed tears. Such a good Charizard. To have such a flaw, God is so unfair. As soon as the screen changed, a whole night had passed. Charizard and Xiaozhi are still soaking in the pool. Misty and Xiaogang on the shore kept urging Xiaozhi and Charizard to come back. But they remained motionless. I have to say that, except for Mega Rookie, if it had been anyone else who had soaked in cold water for one night, they would have caught a cold and fever. As for Xiaozhi, except for feeling a little cold, nothing happened. The gate to Charizard Valley still hadn't been opened. At this moment, a sudden change occurred. A giant robot appears at the gate of Charizard Valley. That familiar opening, those familiar personnel, yes, it's the Rockets trio again. Yulong Du. These 3 guys, why do they appear every time we take stock? Close black lens bracket. Dandy. They seem to have appeared when Charizard was seriously injured before, right? Team Rocket. Is Kanto's evil organization, right? Close black lens bracket. Cynthia. But these 3 people, although they said they were going to do bad things from beginning to end, they didn't seem to do it even once. Close black lens bracket. Jessie. What did you say? We are the evil Team Rocket. It will fail just because the little devil is too strong. Close black lens bracket. Jessie is bubbly. James and Meowth quickly covered Jessie's mouth. These are all elite champions, Meow. Don't mess around. Yes, Jessie. If we are captured by them, not even the boss can save us. Pop. I know. Do you want to suffocate me to death? Jessie slapped one man and the cat away with 2 slaps, knowing in her heart that she was a little too impulsive. Who let the champion named Cynthia say that they never did bad things once? Although what she said seems to be correct. Alder. Oh, this Jessie is the one from the Rockets trio, right? It's interesting that she can also speak. Only the selected trainer can speak in the barrage. Advertisement among them are either trainers with great potential, gym leaders or elite champions. And the Rockets trio who couldn't do anything were actually able to speak. This is something. Team Rocket headquarters. Giovanni saw the familiar trio and Jessie's speech on the barrage list. I didn't know what to say for a while. These 3 idiots, don't let me spend a lot of money to catch them again. The 3 of them are at the bottom of Team Rocket, but they are inextricably related to him. Rather, putting them at the bottom is to protect them. The hero Giovanni also has times when he thinks about others. Continue back to the image. After the Rocket trio arrived at the gate of Charizard Valley, they naturally wanted to cause destruction. But the reason is heartwarming. Follow the procedure. Let's make trouble first, then Charizard will come and stop us. Charizard arrived in front of the giant robot, then he defeated us with one move, protected the Charizard Valley. Flamethrower. The robot was directly shattered by the red temperature. The trio instantly flew up soaring in the sky and turned into stars. But their voices still came out from the screen. In this case Charizard will be recognized by Charizard Valley. Perfect plan, NYA, yeah, it feels so disgusting. The last words were shouted out, but they didn't have the slightest hint of disgust in their tone. Everyone in Kanto region was shocked. Is this Team Rocket? That's right, Team Rocket would actually sacrifice themselves to help others. Real or fake? Advertisement, Cynthia. See, what I said is right, right? Although they do bad things in the name of doing bad things every time, they always turn bad things into good things. This can be considered a gift, right? Close black lens bracket. Don't stop me. I want to argue with him. Calm down, Jessie. Calm down. James and Meowth finally stopped Jessie after all their efforts. Finally, Jike finally agreed to Charizard entering the Charizard Valley to practice. Not because of the Rockets, but because of Charizard's tenacity. However, Charizard hesitated when he got the chance to enter. He looked at his trainer, looking a little reluctant. Xiaozhi looked struggle, finally lowered his hat, turned around and stopped looking at Charizard. Go ahead Charizard. Practice here and become stronger. I don't need the weak Charizard. That's where you should go now. Xiaozhi pointed his finger at the interior of Charizard Valley, and then ran away without looking back. Charizard. I believe you can become stronger here. When you become the world's mightiest Charizard, let's fight together. While running, Xiaozhi's inner monologue appeared on the screen. The image ends here. Brother Xiaozhi also worked hard for Charizard. Alas, but Brother Xiaozhi doesn't know Charizard's flaws. No matter how hard he trains Charizard, he can't become a powerful Charizard. I can only say, fate is a trick. I don't know what Brother Xiaozhi will be like next time he sees Charizard. You must have been in great pain at that time, Xiaozhi. Emperor Dan said with some emotion. If he separated from his Charizard, that would be something he couldn't even think about. Charizard is his most important Pokémon. If he had to choose between becoming stronger and saying goodbye, he really wouldn't be able to make up his mind to say goodbye to him. But Xiaozhi did it. This heart that thinks about Pokémon, it is unmatched by most people in the world, of course. Mr. Dandy. I feel very painful just looking at it now. Xiaozhi wiped the tears from the corners of his eyes and looked at Charizard beside him with firm eyes. But in order for Charizard to become stronger, I have to make a decision.